Hi! It's another episode of PARANORMASIGHT! What a surprise! So excited to be back. We are continuing with Yuza's storyline. Oh my god, I don't know which direction to go. I think right now I'm definitely more interested in just jumping into this. Accepted fate. Several days after the night of tragedy, Yuza is lost in his thoughts, alone on the beach. With his head back on. Oh, yeah, before. Wait, let me... Spicy. It's been 1 week since the night Kameshima was struck by a tragic storm of mysterious attacks. 1 week? Okay. All in all, it resulted in 16 casualties, 7 missing, and 20 buildings totally or partially destroyed. A horrific calamity. It caused a huge stir when news broke about what happened. Yeah, no fucking wonder. The culprit responsible for the massacre is still unknown and the investigation is ongoing. I went diving this morning for the first time since that day. No one's taking their boats out right now, so it was just a short dive from the shore. Wait, so like everyone is just like fine with you getting your head back or what? Oh, what does he have in the back? Sometimes I think about the plans we all made to have fun here and wonder how that would have gone if things hadn't turned out the way they did. Yeah, that's the other storyline where nothing bad happens, I'm sure. I guess there's no point in thinking about that now, though. Oh, hello. Let me first check. I doubt there would be a sticker on the beach. Pair in traditional clothes. Oh yeah, they said they will look for the other immortal and get rid of him. The suspicious pair apparently came here all the way from Tokyo. It seems they have business with me, so they're currently waiting for me to finish diving. I don't think it's good business. It's not good business. Apparently I'm going to be taken into custody. Oh, okay, so you know. I actually finished diving a while ago, but they're not trying to rush me. They seem to be waiting for me to prepare myself. They understand I need some time, so they're kind enough to wait patiently for me. Wait, but like... what can happen after you're put in custody? You won't fucking die. At some point. Okay, think? I don't see anything else. Oh. Oh. Diving results? What do you mean? I don't have much to show from my dives today. My catch has been pretty pitiful to say the least. No abalones? Looks like I really am hopeless without Azami. And yeah, where is Azami and Tsukasa? What happened? Azami and Tsukasa's bodies were found in front of the lighthouse. There's no way of knowing what happened to them now. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, yeah, there was a situation with Sato. Oh my god, okay, I am mixing up storylines now. But there was a situation that Kikuko, or whatever, took Sato and then on her way out killed Azumi and Tsukasa. I totally freaking forgot. But I'm told Azami was found collapsed on top of Tsukasa as though he tried to protect her to the very end. Yeah. Damn, so they're just gone. Everyone is gone. I wouldn't have expected anything less from him. Yeah, what about Sato? Unable to bear the tragedy that had befallen Kameshima, Sato Shiranami apparently gave herself over to the assassin and left the island with them. Yeah, so we're on that path. I don't know if whoever sent the assassin got what they wanted in the end. I'm probably never coming back. But either way, they took any chance of my seeing her again with them. You leave. No, you. I doubt I'll ever meet her again. Yeah, she's about to be gone. Like gone. Yeah, how is Kameshima looking? The storm struck before we could even mourn those who were killed and left the town in tatters. Things are barely functioning right now. Everyone is somehow managing to get by on the aid we're receiving, but it's apparently going to take years to fully rebuild. Some people fled Kameshima the moment they could, citing what happened as proof of some sort of divine punishment. In a way. But most of those who stayed are already trying to put the tragedy behind them and look to the future. They managed to get back on their feet 5 years ago, so I'm sure they'll be fine this time too. Yeah, but the thing from 5 years ago, I know it was called a tragedy, but it didn't seem as bad as what happened now, honestly. Although they've been bombarded by accusations and demands for them to take responsibility, the Wakamuras have been busy doing what they can. Following news reports on the calamity, there was an uptick in unsavory rumors that Kamishima is cursed in some way. Kind of. But perhaps because of the current occult craze, a bunch of people have expressed interest in visiting once all the restoration work's done. Of course. The mail order service for souvenirs that was set up to help fund recovery efforts has been flooded with orders. Huh. We still don't know who the culprit behind the massacre, the so-called assassin, was. Well, we know. The investigation is proceeding under the assumption that it was one of the people who went missing that night. But it seems like it's not making much progress. Among other things, they're having to conduct it behind closed doors so word doesn't get out that it was caused by a curse. Understandably so, a little bit. Many people try to escape the island by sea that night, but most of them end up getting caught in the storm and going missing. Including Sato and Kikuko. Could the culprit behind the massacre have been among them? Yeah. Yeah, so now with her gone... Like, what can happen now? Yuza is about to be taken into custody and then what? Just, they're gonna put him, as they said, just under this, like, sleep spell and wait out the 800 years or however many he has left? The same night as the attack on Kamishima, a massive storm caused by the curse of the raging waves broke out in the sea to the south of the island. It seems the bronze mirror my mom left wasn't enough to hold back the curse by itself after all. Many of those who attempted to flee the island by boat were caught in the storm and are still missing. The storm descended on Kamishima soon afterwards, and the island was swept by harsh winds and lashing rain for 3 days straight. No one was able to leave their homes, and it caused blackouts and landslides across the island. Several buildings were also completely destroyed. Everyone was made painfully aware just how fearsome the curse of the raging waves is. Combined with the horror of the massacre, the entire ordeal has left a deep scar on those who remain. There's still an eerie rumbling coming from the sea, and no one knows when another storm might strike again. Everyone here is still too on edge to take their boats out to fish, and the ferry service to the island is currently suspended as well. Naturally, no one paid me any mind when I headed out to dive today. The pair from Tokyo had apparently come to Kamishima to try and find a way to dispel the curse of the raging waves. They were extremely regretful about failing to stop the storm and went around apologizing to everyone in its wake. It seems they're still planning to find a solution though, and have asked for my cooperation. I don't think apologies are gonna do anything, you know? Okay. Let's go to prison, I guess. After all that happened. I'm once again the only one left alive. Yeah, just like 5 years ago, huh? Well, I don't know if alive is the right word. True. I did get my head cut off once by the curse after all. But to be honest, I don't have it in me to care anymore. I couldn't fulfill what I set out to do, despite swearing I'd see it through. I have nothing left. Oh yeah, he wanted to meet the mermaid that saved him. It seems my fate is in the hands of that pair from Tokyo now. I don't know what they have planned for me, but whatever it is, I intend to accept it. That's not the end, right? Of that. Thank you everyone for everything. Goodbye. Reach Yuza Minakuchi's bad ending. For fuck's sake! Oh? God, fuck. Huh. Okay. I mean, yeah, if he's taken into custody, and as they said previously, that they are gonna just put him to sleep so they can wait out his fucking few hundred years of life. Damn. Okay. But first, let's go back to this recollection. Approximately 1 month ago, having only just returned home to Kamishima, Yuza Minakuchi goes to the roof of the Kantekisho ruins for some time alone, only to find Satoshi Ranami there. Oh. You had some talks before? Huh? There's someone already here? How unusual. Whoa, you scared me. Darn, I didn't think anyone else would come here. Oh? I take it I'm not welcome. I didn't think there would be anyone else up here either, so that makes 2 of us. So, who are you? I'm Yuza Minakuchi. I recently moved back to Kamishima. So you're that old friend of Tsukasa's, was it? Yep, I don't think we've spoken before. You're Satoshi Ranami, right? Mr. Wakamura's relative? Nice to meet you. Wait, how do you know who I am? That's kinda creepy. It's not really, it's a small island, right? You're pretty much the talk of the town. I'm sure most everyone here knows who you are. Yeah, especially if if they're saying that she's a relative of this magnate person, whatever. Is that so? I'd rather not stand out. It's a small island, word spreads quick about who comes and goes. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, but could you leave me be? I don't feel like talking to anyone. I see. Well, I just came here to enjoy the view alone. I'll just be over here looking at the sea, so I won't be a bother. That work for you? Fine. Okay. Surroundings. You can see all the way from Ise Bay out toward the Enshu Sea from here. It's a great view. But that doesn't mean I want to share it with anyone. Thankfully, most of the islanders don't come up here that often, so I sometimes come here to unwind. That does seem nice. Ooh, rest spot. They built a rest spot for any tourists who come up here, but it doesn't see much use. Damn, I would be coming here all the time then. There are a lot of reefs in the area and the tide is strong, so it can make for tough sailing. But from here, it looks as tranquil as can be. You can see all the way across to the Yatsumi Peninsula in Aichi from here. I heard this observation post was originally made to oversee Irago on the opposite shore. So I guess it makes sense that it will be built somewhere with a clear view of the area. I wanna click on her, but we said we wouldn't be a bother. Satoshi Ranami. I hear she's a relative of Mr. Wakamura's who'll be staying with him for a while. But apparently no one's heard of her, so the island rumor mill's been working overtime ever since she arrived. Things have calmed down a bit now, but when she first showed up, she knew so little about how things work that the gossip was that she was some sort of sheltered princess. That, or she'd been raised by animals. Makes sense, sure. Even now, she spends most of her time cooped up at the Wakamura's, so the mystery has only grown. I guess it doesn't really matter though. If she really is a relative of Mr. Wakamura's, I wonder what she's doing here. She's 17, just like Tsukasa, but it doesn't seem like she goes to school. I guess it doesn't really matter though. Now that I have a better look at her, she's really tall, maybe even taller than Azami, and he's 173 centimeters. She said she doesn't want to stand out, but that's going to be tough at that height. Okay, I'd rather not stand that close to her, to be honest. How many times can we look at her? She's been staring at the southern sea this whole time. Could it be she sees something out there? I said I wouldn't bother her. I should stop staring already. Yeah. But there is nothing else. Okay, let's think. Coming here always helps clear my head. Now then, I'm back here after quitting work after just 3 months. I went to a boarding school on the mainland for high school, so it's been about 3.5 years since I actually lived on Kamishima. Nothing's changed. It's almost as if time itself has stopped here. You could say that's one of the good things about living on an isolated island like this. But for me, that means it's just as uncomfortable as ever. Ever since the disaster 5 years ago, people here haven't exactly been subtle about avoiding me. Maybe it's as good a time as any to start seriously looking into my mom. Yeah. The processing plant I worked at wasn't a bad place or anything, but working there didn't feel that fulfilling either. I just happened to come across it when I was looking for a job. I've never really been sure what I want to do with my life. Many people don't. Azami has always had a clear goal of becoming a fisherman. To be honest, I've always felt a bit jealous of that. After losing my parents in a disaster 5 years ago, people not only began to avoid me, they avoided talking about my mom as well. At some point, I honestly began to wonder if there was much point in me being alive. Aww. I've only made it this far because of my gran and Azami. I could never forgive myself if I made the two of them sad. They're the only reason I'm still here, drifting through life. Not that there's much else I can do here. I've got to find some work here soon, so they won't worry about me. I've always been good at swimming, so I've actually been thinking about ama diving as an option. I haven't gone swimming since the disaster, but I wonder if Gran would be happy if I followed in her footsteps and became an ama diver. Maybe I'll start looking into it in secret. Though I'd only be able to do it during the diving season, so I'd still have to find something else. Oh yeah, I guess there's a diving season. You can't really do it all year round. I originally came back here to take care of Gran after her injury, but her conditions improved a lot recently. She can walk around by herself now and has even been handling the cleaning and laundry. I wouldn't be surprised if she said she was planning to go back to diving. Kamishima women sure are made of sterner stuff. But I'm still worried about her. You never know what could happen after all. It seems she's been watching a lot of TV recently, perhaps because she's had to spend a lot of time at home. She seems a bit bummed that she doesn't have anyone to talk to about her shows though. Azami was really happy to hear that I was coming back to Kamishima. He even helped make sure my return would go as smoothly as possible. I can't thank him enough. He's a true friend. On top of that, he's hardworking and kind. It's easy to see why so many people here like him. But he's involved in a bunch of stuff around the island now, so he's much busier than he used to be. It goes without saying we can't mess around like we used to anymore. Tsukasa's also put some distance between herself and us since she started high school. I guess she's a bit self-conscious about things now. I miss hanging out with her, but maybe this is just part of growing up. Still, it's no exaggeration to say that it's all thanks to Azami that I'm able to live here like this. I won't do anything to let him down. Right then. Time to think of how to make my own way through life from now on. Sure, I have plenty of time, but I don't want to be a burden for any longer than I have to be. On the contrary, if there's some way for me to make a graceful exit and draw the curtains on it all, maybe that would be for the best. The same thought's been lurking in my mind ever since that day. What's the point in living if I'm just going to cause trouble for Gran and Azami? Aw, Yuza, stop it. Jesus Christ. Lady. Whoa, when did she get there? Lady. Bitch. Made you jump, didn't I? Yeah, actually. Of course you did. Anyone would be startled by someone sneaking up on them like that. Okay, but you said let's not be dramatic, okay? Huh, at least you admit it. You can consider that payback for before. Anyway, did you need something? Oh, right. I can't focus with someone else around after all, so I want you to leave. Oh. Huh? You leave. No, you're the one who should leave. It's fate, an immutable law of the universe that was decided tens of thousands of years ago. Oh, really? I was here first, though. Isn't first come, first served also an immutable law of the universe? That's true. Okay, fine. I'll leave. Huh, you caved a lot faster than I expected. Still, I kinda feel bad for chasing you off like this. So you can have this Kameshimaru keychain I picked up over there as well. Pushing random stuff you picked up off the ground onto others now, eh? Still, who could have thrown such a cute keychain away? Huh. Nah, you didn't do anything wrong. But since you're offering... Keychain acquired. Okay. Acquired the keychain. Okay, what can we do with it? I'll be on my way as promised then. Sorry for the interruption. Sure. Huh? I see, so that's how it is. Is something wrong? Oh, no, I was just thinking it must be pretty rough. Yep, pretty rough, alright. It's none of my business though. Bye. Whoa, how am I supposed to just walk away after you say cryptic stuff like that? But if no answers are forthcoming, I'll simply have to be on my way. Later. Did she sense that he's the immortal as well? Because they said if you focus enough, you should be able to detect other immortals. Okay, so that was it? Huh. Okay, one path to go. Yuza heads out with Azami to go diving before he suddenly mentions something he must do. Before returning to the island, the pair go to a certain location at sea. So, what's this important thing you have to do, Yuza? Sounds like it must be a pretty big deal. It is. I just hope you'll believe me. Listen, and don't fly off the handle. What? Wait. Excuse you. Please forgive the interruption. I have an important announcement to make. The moment you have been waiting for has arrived. Everything is ready for you to proceed. On August 7th, upon returning to Kamoshima after his dive, Yuza Minakuchi embarks on the fight of a lifetime. For unbeknownst to him, at this precise moment in time, a slew of predicaments would await him everywhere he turned. As for this really important thing he has to do, that is of course preventing the tragedy of Kamishima from coming to pass. The advent of the 400-year-old Curse of the Raging Waves draws nearer Kamishima with every passing moment. Even so, do try to remember that Yuza's true aims are to locate a mermaid and uncover the truth about his mother. Will Yuza Minakuchi succeed in overcoming these challenges and fulfilling his objective, you ask? That is entirely up to you and the actions you choose to take from this moment forth. Thus concludes my announcement. I wish you good fortune. Excuse me, what? Nani the fuck? What? You think Kikuko is plotting to work a curse that'll cause a massacre on the island? What? He figured it. What? Yes, you might find it hard to believe, but I'm sure about this. Huh. You're gonna have to give me a second to take this in. This is way heavier than I was expecting. I mean, a curse? I know I told you about the Tomokazuki and all, but... How did you even find out about this? Have you got any proof? Well... I saw the future with my own two eyes. Huh, but I'm afraid I don't have any proof I can show you right now. You saw the future? Yuza, if this is some kind of prank, you'd better cut it out right now. Seriously, this shit isn't funny. If you're just fooling around, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Do you think it's easy for me to call someone I'm on friendly terms with a murderer? I couldn't say something like this unless I was dead certain. I need you to trust me on this, Azami, before it's too late. Oh man, you're not making this easy, Yuza. I can't just... I mean... No, I understand. I won't ask you to believe me until I can present you with solid proof. Until then, I still need your help. I can't just sit back and let this happen. Okay, I won't try to stop you, but I'm not doing anything drastic till I'm sure we're doing the right thing. That's all I needed to hear. Thanks, Azami. But for real, what's gotten into you, Yuza? What do you mean? I know you're headstrong and all, but this is way beyond what I'd expect from you. It's like you're a totally different person. Come on, you're exaggerating. I'm the same old Yuza I've always been. Uh-huh. Oh, there's the bitch. Huh? What are you two doing here? And what's with that get-up, Yuza? Don't tell me you've been diving. Kikuko, do you have a minute? I heard you were heading out to the northern shore to fish in the bay today, so I came out to find you. Where'd you hear that? I only just decided that this morning. I didn't even tell anyone. We're on the northern side of Kamishima. Not many people come here to fish. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, Barbie! Collect 10 Mockingbird stickers. Oh, this one's so cool. Where is it? 11. Mimaisin Mendes? What? He's creme. Nice. Oh, and move more than that. I can tell Azami is trying to believe in me. That's a good start, at least. Yeah. Kikuko is looking at us suspiciously. But I guess that's to be expected. We surprised her here alone, after all. Yeah. Well, what's this all about? If you just want to talk, it can wait till late after I'm done fishing. Yusa, are you sure about this? Just so we're clear, I'm leaving the talking to you. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Do we know what we're doing? Okay. Think? Right. This is where it all begins. This is my chance. I have to find a way to change the future. But I don't have any evidence, and I doubt I can just talk Kikuko out of this. You don't do something like that on a whim. Whatever her motives are, they must be powerful. Even if I somehow manage to get her curse stone, there's still the risk that whatever destructive impulse has a hold of her would drive her to make the tragedy happen some other way. Okay, so she already has the curse stone now. That's why my best bet of containing the situation is to try and distract her. I'm going to change the future, one step at a time. There's no rush. After all, since we came here instead of heading back to the port, things are already different. Okay. Office work days. So, Kikuko, when you left the island, you did some kind of office work, right? Huh? That's true and all, but why are you asking? I was just wondering if you might have preferred your life back then. I mean, you must have had more opportunities to meet people and go out on dates and all that. Stop right there, as if I don't hear enough of that as it is. What's it got to do with you anyway? Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I was just wondering if you still kept in contact with anyone. Sure, a few people. Just a few. Would you say any of them had a big influence on you? Those are suspicious questions. Huh? Seriously, what's all this about? Oh, nothing really. I was just curious. Huh. Listen, working for that company wasn't exactly a huge break in my career. All I did was pour tea and answer the phone. Huh. You've been passing Kameshimaro hand mirrors around to everyone, right? Yeah, I have. Sounds like someone keeps their ear to the ground. So, how many have you given out? Who's got one already? I don't know. I haven't kept track or anything. But if I had to guess, I reckon it'd be about 20 or so. Why though? You want one too? If so, I'll get one to you later. Oh, no thanks. Don't worry about it. Suit yourself. They're pretty sweet little items, if I do say so myself. So, were you really off diving? You sure you should be doing that? If Chie finds out, she'll give you an earful, no doubt about it. Don't I know it? Seems everyone thinks I bring this island bad luck just by being here. Yusa? Well, sure, some folks might say that, but it's not as if you've done anything to deserve that kind of talk. I don't see a problem with you becoming an diver myself. I appreciate that. Just today, plenty of folks told me not to go diving because a storm's on its way. But when they don't talk sense, I just ignore them. And so should you. I've been wondering, are you unhappy here on the island, Kikuko? That's a great question to ask in the middle of a freaking ocean or sea, whatever. Huh? What makes you think that? I don't know. I just get the feeling you're not planning to stay here as an diver forever. Huh. You normally play the fool, but turns out you're pretty sharp, Yusa. Truth is, I can't help thinking of the future. You can earn a decent living as an diver if you know what you're doing, but all these old rules and customs tend to get in the way. I've been trying to change them here and there, but it's no good. Everyone's too stubborn to listen. I see. No luck, huh? Mark my words, nothing's ever going to change around here, and just between you and me. As much as I love being surrounded by nature on this island, the culture here just isn't for me. So that's how you feel. Honestly, I'm about ready to break ties with this place. Not that anyone else needs to know that. Don't go spreading it around now. Frankly, I had no idea you were so interested in diving, Yusa. Anyway, Yuza, did you really come all the way out here just to chat? Something like that, but I've wasted enough of your time. Thanks for hearing me out. Come on, Azami, let's go. If you're sure. Oh, and he has the keychain. Is it the one Sato gave him? See you later, Kikuko. Suspicious. Okay. I thought we'd be searching for something more underwater. Right, I know we just got back, but there's no time to waste. We've got to track down and collect all the Kameshimaru mirrors Kikuko handed out as soon as possible. Huh, why? If I'm right, those mirrors are actually the targets of the curse. No way, seriously? Still, man, all this curse business is a bit much. Look, given what people think of me, I'd have a hard time handling this on my own. I'm going to need your help, Azami. I guess we'll have to try and convince everyone the mirrors are defective or something. But we'd better not let Kikuko find out what we're up to. Yuza, I want to believe you, and I'd like nothing more than to help you out. But before I lift a finger, there's something I've got to know. Alright? See, I've got a pretty good idea what made you change out of the blue like this. You do? When you were diving before and you came face to face with the Tomokazuki. Something happened, didn't it? You haven't been the same since then. Heh. And come to think of it, does this have anything to do with your search for a mermaid? You're right. I should have told you the full story to begin with. I've been in such a rush, I got ahead of myself. You're right, something did happen to me. And I'll tell you all about it right now if you want to hear. I'm all ears. First of all, tracking down a mermaid is still my end goal. That hasn't changed. At least something's still the same. But what I'm trying to do right now started when I found out about the danger Kameshima is in, and realized I had to do something to prevent it. Are you with me so far? Sure, if I knew the island was in danger, I'd want to protect it too. But how did you find out about that anyway? Earlier you said you saw the future. When did that happen? It was when I encountered the Tomokazuki. The moment our hands touched, everything went dark and then the future unfolded before me. Huh, so it was kinda like a vision from the Tomokazuki? A warning? So then he saw everything that we were like going through in the story chart? That's exactly what it felt like. A stream of images filled my mind all at once, together with a rush of understanding. It's like they were imprinted into my memory. I don't know how it works. But I believe what I saw. I know what's going to happen here on Kameshima if I don't do something to change it. So that's what started all this, huh? Yuza, did you know there was a Tomokazuki there? Is that why I picked that spot to dive? No. It's like I told you. I was hoping to find a clue there, since that's the spot where I encountered a mermaid once before. I never would have dreamed I'd end up seeing a vision of a tragedy like that. For all I know, this might have nothing to do with mermaids at all. But now that I know about it, I can't just forget it, can I? Of course not. And now that I know the full story, you can count on my help too. So, seeing as Kikuko is the culprit, I'm guessing we need to collect those hand mirrors to save everyone? Yeah, but she's not the only threat. There's more to this. More? There are actually 2 calamities on the horizon for Kameshima today. 2? You gotta be kidding me! The first is the massacre caused by Kikuko's curse. And the second is the curse of the raging waves, which has been brewing up a violent storm for the last 400 years. It's going to hit the island tonight. Huh? Now you've lost me again, I can't keep up. For starters, why is all this happening on the same day? I don't know, I get the feeling it's just an unfortunate coincidence. And there would have been nothing we could do about it either, but since I've been forewarned, I have a chance to prevent it. I'll explain the rest on the way. There's no time to lose. We'll have to track down every last one of those mirrors. Okay. Oh! Oh! What? Okay. Huh. Let's continue with Yumeko then. Honora Bridge investigation. While pursuing another case, Yumeko and her partner find out that the mermaid corpse discovered in Futamigaura is that of a woman named Azusa Somekawa. The duo try to figure out what to do next. Ugh, surroundings. This large bridge spanning Onora Bay in Toba City is known as the Onora Bridge. I hear that the waters of the bay are rich in nutrients, making them ideal for oyster farming. You can see the rafts used floating in the bay. Ooh, oysters! Very nice. Oyster harvesting only begins in October though, so I'm afraid they're out of season right now. Oh darn it all! I knew oyster lobsters were only available from October, but to think we won't be able to eat oysters either? Please don't look so sad, ma'am. We can always come again sometime. Okay. Onora Bridge. Notable for its distinctive white arc, Onora Bridge is a 196-meter bridge spanning Onora Bay in Toba City, Mie Prefecture. It was built to have no columns, allowing ships to pass beneath it with ease. The contrast of its white arc with the blue sea and sky and the green of the mountains paints a picturesque scene, making it popular with tourists. Or is it arch? The bridge takes its name from its role as a crossing over Onora Bay, but the name is written with the character for hemp, sung of in old Waka poems as a vessel for divine spirits. As such, the kanji characters that make up its name differ slightly from those used to write Onora Bay. Okay. Sure. Any Barbie stickers? That's what I want to know. Oh, I knew it. Let's go. This is number 07. Blues Cruise. I love all of these so much. It's so cool. What? I mean, I don't think there's gonna be anything here right now. Now then, as much as I'd like to relax and enjoy our surroundings, we should always take time to look at surroundings. Shall we take this chance to review the current situation, talk about our next move? A sound idea, yes. First, Detective Ide contacted us this morning, informing us that a mermaid corpse had washed up in Futamigaura. However, when we went to investigate, we discovered that the corpse was in fact that of Miss Somekawa, whose whereabouts we were looking into. She had been transformed into a fish by a curse. Out of her own free will. Quite the troublesome development. She was shaping up to be a key figure in a number of incidents. With that in mind, the most likely culprits are the two foreigners who ran into the day before yesterday in Ejika. Yes, one of them was seen taking Miss Somekawa out to sea by boat. I regret not doing more to pursue them at the time. It's possible we could have saved her if we had. I'm sorry, that was poor judgment on my part. Then the other half of the pair was a young exorcist with ties to paranormal affairs. I believe her name was Cersei, yes? That's also quite worrying. I wonder what she could be up to. If it turns out she's been using curses on ordinary people, we at Paranormal Affairs will probably be held responsible. Though I doubt the Bureau would agree to act as a custodian for someone who would behave so recklessly. I'd like to believe some manner of circumstances are at hand, yes. Well, I suppose if anything happens I can just get the higher-ups to take responsibility. That's what higher-ups are for, aren't they? Being responsible for their subordinates? I think you'll find that's a saying used by superiors as a goal, not by subordinates to shirk responsibility. Soto gives off the impression of being all business, but he often goes along with any suggestions I make to stop and take in the scenery. Despite appearances, I think he quite enjoys quiet moments like this. Despite her abilities, I doubt that girl will be able to use the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Regardless of who wielded it, I think it's safe to say that the curse stone was involved. Agreed, we have two people from the same town falling victim to the same curse after all. I think it's reasonable to assume this was due to overzealous use of a curse stone. Yes, the first victim was Tamiko Suma, who succumbed to the curse 2 days ago. The second was Miss Somekawa from yesterday. The state they were found in hasn't been publicly disclosed, so they're still being officially treated as missing. Still, a curse stone housing the curse of the Forsaken Fish, eh? Is something wrong? The curse of the Forsaken Fish is one of the curses mermaids can use, you see. For it to have become a curse stone, the mermaid in question must have experienced overwhelming resentment. An example might be if they were killed while bearing a powerful grudge against someone. That sounds like it would be a rare event indeed. Why do I get the feeling there was a mermaid who died like that though? Who was it? It feels like the name's on the tip of my tongue. Could it be a memory from that time? Although I imagine how many of your older memories have faded by now. I have to try and remember. What was the name of the mermaid who died while harboring strong feelings of resentment? We are gonna find it in Curse of the Forsaken Fish. Hayase. Okay. Let's see. Hayase? That's right, her name was Hayase. I can't believe it, I'd completely forgotten, but just suddenly popped into my head. Ugh. Oh, so there was a mermaid who died like that, was there? There was, I finally remember. One of the mermaids who lived near Taishima 400 years ago was called Hayase. She was captured during the invasion of Taishima and died after being brutally tortured. This is the first I've heard of mermaids living near Taishima. Oh, right. Your ancestor Harukage Tsuchimikado must have left them out of his records. The reason Taishima was invaded in the first place was to find those mermaids, you see. I was unaware of the exact reasons for the invasion. It's understandable. A deliberate effort was made not to mention mermaids in any of the records left after the fact. I suppose hiding them up inside the mermaid mummy was intended to be a metaphor of sorts? I can't believe I forgot something so important. But if that curse stone is related to what happened on Taishima 400 years ago, it likely has some link to the curse of the raging waves as well. If we can view the memories contained in it, we might be able to learn more about the curse of the raging waves. I wonder... Could the keepsake Harukage left behind using the map have been the curse stone housing the curse of the Forsaken Fish? I see, that's certainly a possibility. In that case, it's not unthinkable someone might have gotten hold of it recently, and there's a high chance it was those two foreigners. Alright, we've narrowed down our focus. It seems a change in priorities is needed. Let's find the curse stone for the curse of the Forsaken Fish as soon as possible. That should be the most efficient course of action. I think. Agreed. It's looking increasingly likely that that pair of foreigners has the curse stone. Yes, we did just go to Ijika to see if we could find any leads on where they could have headed. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find anything promising. I wonder where they could have gone. We also still don't know why they approached Miss Somekawa. Could they be after the mermaid's relic? If I'm not mistaken, that girl, Cersei, did mention the relic. Were they looking to take it for themselves? But where would they have headed afterward? Kamishima. Kamishima, that's where they are. What? Kamishima? I thought we decided we weren't going there today. We failed to find any promising leads yesterday after all. No, something's telling me they went to Kamishima, and I get the feeling this is a hunch I shouldn't ignore. Alright, let's head to the port in Toba City. We'll catch a ferry to Kamishima from there. Okay, they're gonna be feeding us slowly. After arriving in Kamishima, Avi and Cersei continue to ask around about mermaids, but this garners suspicion, and they find themselves unable to gain any information. Okay, so this is after they used the curse stone already. Well, so much for that. Even after everything we went through, we've got nothing to show for it. It's almost astounding how little we've managed to learn, like some reverse miracle. Worse, I think rumors spread and now everyone is avoiding us. This is a pickle. I can't even bring up mermaids without the islanders looking at me like some odd foreigner who lost his marbles. And for some reason, mentioning Mare Minakuchi makes things even worse. Did people hate her or something? Just hearing her name makes them recoil with undisguised disgust. Yes, I noticed that too, though your way of asking probably doesn't help much. Well, how about we take a break from investigating and go for a little sightseeing instead? Seems like there's a shrine and a lighthouse around here, so we might as well drop by. Count me in. To be honest, the way people are treating us has started to bum me out. Maybe heading to the lighthouse to unwind a bit wouldn't be such a bad idea. No, we must go to the jetty, and that's that. What? Don't scare me like that. What's gotten into you all of a sudden? The waves of my yearning soul keep crashing against my chest, insisting I seek out the shore. Right, sure, the usual then. Well then, off we go. Oh, he's so poetic. Yeah, it's this keychain. Okay, Jetty it is. Oh, looks like we've got ourselves a spunky young lady here. Maybe we should have a word with her. Alright, this could be our last chance. Let's give it our all. Excuse me, could we speak with you for a moment? Cersei, no. There's no way she'll want to talk to us if we're that forward. Foreign visitors? How unusual. And your names are Avi and Cersei? Welcome to Kameshima. My name is Kikuko. I'm an Ama diver. Kikuko, the Ama diver. Such a pleasure to meet a charming young lady in a place like this. Oh, she's blushing. Charming young lady, you say? Oh my. Well, now you're allowed to ask me anything you like. Oh, you shallow little bitch. This jetty was built to break the waves, so fishing boats can come in and safely unload their catch. Huh. Then I suppose jet planes have nothing to do with it. No, not at all. The structure over in the distance is called a breakwater, built to keep the waves out. Seems like it's also a popular fishing spot. Ah, it's fucking hairs in my face. Making me itchy. Any Barbie stickers in the sky? Looking for these Barbie stickers is like freaking hidden object game and I love it. I am here for it. So, talk about Ama divers. So, you're an active Ama diver then. Are there many young divers these days? Not really. The younger generation doesn't really go for diving anymore. It just makes more sense to pursue higher education. I see. It's a real shame to see such a long-standing tradition slowly fade away. Well, it is quite dangerous after all. Can't really blame them for choosing safer options. Just the other day I heard 2 Ama divers went missing around Toba. Oh. What? We don't know anything. What do you mean? Looks like we've made a solid first impression. She seemed genuinely excited to talk to us. After all the lengths we went to, I refused to leave this place without at least a few answers. Speaking of Ama divers, I heard Ama divers have a legend that if you go diving around here, there's a chance that Tomokazuki might emerge from the depths. Ah, Cersei, enough with the ghost stories. You sure know a lot, don't you? You're right, it's a well-known legend. Not that I've seen it with my own eyes or anything. Don't know anyone who has either. Huh. Maybe your Seimen and Doman symbols have kept you safe? Oh, those? I don't have any. I don't really go in for superstitions like that. Huh. Are you really okay without them? I think it's no more than an old tradition meant to remind us not to forget our gratitude and respect towards the sea. All those old-fashioned rules and traditions, don't you think it's about time for a reform? But isn't free diving close to a Shinto ritual in spirit? Isn't showing reverence and offerings to the sea god crucial? Oh, you're pretty devout for a foreigner. I'm impressed. But you know, I believe it's exactly because of tedious customs like that one that young people are losing interest in diving. We should keep up with the times, otherwise there's no way this tradition will survive. Well now, that's very level-headed thinking. Maybe it's because I'm part of the so-called new generation. Some people don't like my attitude, but I get the job done. Some of the young divers go to high school on the mainland and then work as Ama divers when they return home. I guess there's also that guy who just started working as an Ama here. I saw him earlier. I didn't realize men could become Ama divers too. It's not like it's forbidden, it is pretty rare though. This is the first time I've ever seen it happen. Interesting. This may be a bit out of nowhere, but you don't happen to know anything about mermaids, do you? Huh? Mermaids? Oh, so you do know something? When you say mermaids, you mean mermaids, right? The mythical creatures? Precisely, the very same. Rumor has it that this island houses some kind of secret connection to mermaids, but I haven't been able to ascertain whether it's true or not. So tell me, any mermaid secrets about? Are you saying you really came all the way out here to look for mermaids? More or less, so any information you may have would be a huge help. Sorry, I don't really have anything for you, but... I do happen to be a little interested in mermaids myself. Fantastic! Another fun entranced by the mysterious. They say that eating the flesh of a mermaid will grant you immortality, right? That's right. Could you perhaps be interested in immortality as well? I guess so? Not for myself, though. Oh? Actually, oh? So you mentioned that this island has some sort of connection to mermaids? More than just a little interested, are you? Well, in fact, right here in Issa Bay there used to be... Wow, so mermaids used to live on this Taishima place? So you think there may still be some clues here in Kamishima that will lead you to the mermaids in Irugu? Nail on the head and right on the button. Unfortunately, I can't say that I've heard any mermaid stories on this island before. A pity. Oh right, actually, there's someone we're looking for on this island. Would you mind if we ask you about them? Sure, who is it? A woman named Mare Minakuchi. See, that's exactly how everyone else around here has been reacting when we ask about her. No, it's just... I'm sorry, but that woman died in an accident at sea 5 years ago. Ah, yes, we are well aware that she has passed away. Huh, then why do you ask? Did she leave anything behind, or was there perhaps someone who was close to her? Anything like that? Sorry, I've got no idea. Nobody on this island really knew her. Although her son has just returned to the island. Actually, the guy I was talking about earlier, the Nuama diver, that's her son. Her son, you say? Now it's getting interesting. We'd certainly like to meet him. Do you know where he is? Sorry, no idea, but he's gotta be somewhere around the island. His name is Yuza Minakuchi. I'll give you his home address. You might find him there. They're still strangers. You shouldn't be giving home addresses just like that. Wow, thank you. This is invaluable information. I know it's a small island and all, but still. Should still respect privacy, huh? By the way, you wouldn't happen to know why everyone is frantically dodging our questions about Mare Minakuchi, would you? Was she such a terrible person? It's something people don't really like to talk about. She didn't fit in much with the other islanders. No one knew much about her either. Why are you so interested in her anyway? Well, this is kind of a secret, but... It seems that Mare Minakuchi had some sort of connection to the mermaids. Huh! You don't say! I see, so that's why... Oh, did you remember something? Not really, it's just that I always thought she was a little off. Almost as though... she wasn't actually human. Dum dum dum! So you're saying Mare might not have been human after all? That she was actually a mermaid? Huh, no way, I was just joking. She was kinda weird, sure, but a mermaid? That's a bit far-fetched, don't you think? Right. Okay. Do you have anything to say? She's the most approachable of all the people we've talked to by far. Maybe this time we'll actually learn something. It's a little sad to be this happy just because someone finally agreed to talk to us. I wonder who's to blame for that. What? You're saying it's my fault? Why did I feel that sudden urge to go to the jetty earlier? Thanks to that we ended up running into Kikuko. Huh. Can I ask her about this guy? Mr. Ikoma's business card. I figure I might be able to use it later. The cursed stone bearing the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Should I really be carrying this around? The Tama Tobacco, sacred treasure of the mermaids. I haven't had the courage to open it yet. Huh. I thought maybe we can like show her something. Maybe not show her the curse stone, but... Come to think of it, I completely forgot about this tilt-tide mirror that Ikoma told us to look for. Guess I'll just try my luck and ask. Oh, right, I just remembered. There is a particular mirror on this island that we're looking for. Do you happen to know anything about that? A mirror, you say? Well, you've come to the right woman. Oh, you know it? Luck's finally on our side. Could it be that you're talking about this? Ta-da! No. Goodness, that's the cutest mirror I've ever seen. This is the famous Kamishima souvenir, the Kamishimaru hand mirror. I had no idea it'd become so famous. No way, could this be the still-tide mirror? Definitely not. Yeah, right. Oh, this isn't the one you're after? Ah well, since you seem to have taken a liking to it, I'd still love to let you have it. Consider it a memento of our meeting today. Huh. They're gonna die if they accept it. I'm gonna decline. Actually, I changed my mind. I don't need it after all. You're sure? It's free, you know? Well, when you put it like that... Okay, fine, just to see what happens, just for the sake of the story, we can accept it. We can come back later and choose to not take it. Of course, here you go, you take one too, Cersei. You're gonna die. Fantastic, you can't beat free. Thank you. I don't want it. I do not want it. Anyway, what we're looking for is actually a bronze mirror. A bronze mirror? You mean the type you'd see in history books? Yeah, probably. Something like that. Huh. No, I can't say I know anything about that. Shame. Shame on you. How can you not know? Shame on you. I've never heard anything about a bronze mirror on this island. Oh, that reminds me. I caught a glimpse of something inside your bag earlier. Was that by chance the tamate bag? Excuse you, lady. That's invasion of privacy? What? Sorry, I just happened. So she's not only giving out people's addresses to strangers, she's also picking into people's bags. She is a bitch. And judging by your reaction, I'd say I'm right. Damn it, I didn't think it'd be that noticeable. Yeah, just freaking zip up your bag, how difficult is that? A glimpse alone shouldn't have given away that it was the tamate tobacco, that's also true. My initial guess was just a bluff, but Avi's reaction confirmed it. Ah, damn it, Avi. You're so dramatic. Cersei, I'm sorry. Okay, can we leave? I don't like the look she's giving us. Can we leave? Kikuko, why the interest in the tamate tobacco? It's some kind of ancient mermaid treasure, right? My, you're well informed. Would you be willing to hand it over to me? I'll make sure it's worth your while. Fuck no. Huh? You see, I know someone who's ridiculously rich and in search of eternal life. They'd be willing to pay a small fortune for that thing. They'll offer the kind of money you probably only get to see once in a lifetime. So, what do you say? Whoa, slow down. Avi? She's gonna kill them just to get the tamate tobacco now. Huh. Much more than some third-rate writer like yourself could earn in a lifetime. I don't know what you could possibly need the tamate tobacco for anyway, but wouldn't you like to move up in the world? I believe I understand your offer, Kikuko. But my answer is no, not a chance, no way, no how. It's never been about money, it's about the thrill, the adventure. Adventure? Exactly, embarking on a journey to unravel the secret of the mermaid's immortality. What better adventure could a man ask for? You may call me a romantic, and that's what I am. An adventurer at heart. You've totally lost me. You're throwing this chance away for some childish adventure? You wouldn't understand. I'd put my life on the line to find a mermaid. I'm not handing the box over. She's gonna kill you. I see. Seems like there's no reasoning with you. Alright, then this conversation is over. It's a shame, but I gave you a chance. Huh? Oh, don't get me wrong. I'd still love to ask you some more things. No, she's about to fucking kill you. Yep. A curse echo. No, damn it. Yep, knew it. It hurts so much for talking. Yeah, Arnav Barnum is dead. I mean, Cersei too, right? They're both. Achievement though? For reaching the... Yes, I will go back and decline the mirror, I know. Oh my, it seems you've met with a rather unpleasant fate. This is merely conjecture on my part, but... Things seem to be going quite smoothly right up until Kikuko's true nature was exposed. The only one who can stop Kikuko from committing those murders is Mr. Barnum after all. However, it appears you were holding onto something that they gave her the upper hand. Yes, and that was a conscious decision to see what happens, and now I know not to take the mirror. I know, okay? I would recommend you dispose of that item before incurring her wrath. Oh, I can just, like, throw it out of my inventory? Do not fret, you may start anew from the moment the standoff began. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think in the previous game there was also one situation where you can just, like, throw something away. So it's okay that I got the mirror, I can just throw it away. The hand mirror we received from Kikuko. Apparently this little turtle fellow is called Kamoshimaru. Yeah, throw away. Okay. Cersei, pass me the hand mirror you received earlier. Huh? Oh, sure. Take that, and some of this. What? Haha, you can't do shit now. What on earth? It feels like the air completely shifted. Even the waves look heavy with tension. Ugh, it'd be so much easier if you had it. Huh? Why'd you suddenly throw away the mirror? This would have been so much easier. Huh? Oh, the mirror. I don't know, just felt like the right thing to do. Why do you ask? Are the things not going as planned? Ugh. I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like we might have just narrowly escaped danger. Sounds like if we had that mirror on us, she would have been able to steal the tamatebako. I'd like to get more information out of her, but it seems as though she's plotting something. So, why don't you enlighten us? Who told you about the tamatebako? Who knows? Think you'll get it out of me with that attitude? Huh, she still hasn't given up on the tamatebako. I mean... throw it away? Huh, should we throw it away? But does that mean she will pick it up, or does that mean we throw it in the sea? And then she can go and dive it up. There's no doubt about it, Kiko wants to take the tamatebako from us. But even so, the tamatebako won't grant immortality without the flesh of a mermaid. If she has any other information about mermaids, we need it. Okay, I don't know. Cersei, can you do something? Avi, focus. I need you to listen to me, but without taking your eyes off Kikuko. Huh? Oh, got it. I'm pretty sure she has a curse stone. What? Huh? What's this all about? I couldn't tell right away because it was masked by the heavy veil of cursed energy that's all over the island, but... on closer inspection, the cursed stone's aura is impossible to conceal. Huh? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. What if the condition to activate her curse was holding onto one of those mirrors? Then we can relax, right? The condition is met. Well, only if the mirror was all there is to it. As long as we don't know for sure what the condition is, we need to stay on high alert. I've got a bad feeling about this. Maybe we should retreat. Even if we did, we'd always be looking over our shoulders, afraid she might come after us. Then we need to get her to surrender somehow. Ideally, we'd take away her curse stone too. Can we push her into the water and threaten her with turning her into a fish? Think, Avi, think. There are 3 things that have utmost priority right now. 1. Above all else, make it out alive without triggering her curse conditions. 2. Get a hold of her curse stone. Leaving it with her is much too risky. 3. Get her to give up on the tamatebako and surrender to us. That's a lot of goals. And if she has any information about mermaids, we need to get that out of her too. I guess that's 4 things. Anyway, I need to extract whatever information I can while we're locked in conversation. I've got a bad feeling about the way she's looking at us now. Yeah, she's scary. Hey, Kikuko, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Yeah. Ta-da! What are the odds? Turns out we both got curse stones. Whoop whoop. This one's called the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. When its conditions are met, it transforms you into a fish and kills you. Pretty messed up, huh? What? Avi, are you sure? You were planning to use your curse stone on us to steal the tamatebako, weren't you? But your curse stone requires us to have one of those hand mirrors, am I right? On the other hand, I can use my curse on you whenever I so please. You're bluffing. Your curse stone must have a condition too. Yeah? Who's to say it hasn't already been met? Now, cease your scheming and tell us what you know. Do you really have the resolve to kill someone with a curse? Well, I'm not exactly keen on it, but I am prepared to defend my life if necessary. Really? I wasn't expecting that from such a kind gentleman. You look like you wouldn't hurt a fly. Indeed, my heart is pure, but trust me, I'm quite capable. Experience has hardened my resolve. Huh? You're saying you've actually used it before? At this point, what difference does one more death to the tally make? My hands are already stained. Damn, so you're a proper criminal. Maybe I should report you to the cops. Be my guest. I wonder which is faster, my curse or your phone call. What about your lady friend? Well, are you okay with this? I'm afraid there's no restraining Avi. I've pretty much given up on him at this point. So it would be great if you could just give up and hand over the curse stone. What the fuck is this? You guys are absolutely insane. Oh, come on now. I think we can agree that we both have our issues. Good, we're at a stalemate. Now I can try to extract some more information out of her. Good job, Cersei. Making her believe I've lost it. Very convincing. Actually, maybe a little too convincing? Does she really think I'm that crazy? Whatever. I've got more important things to focus on now. Alright, look. Seems like you're just as dead set on the Tamatabako as I am. This standoff won't get us anywhere. Why don't you tell us your motivation? Maybe we'll be able to find a compromise. Compromise? Say, for example, if granting your wish were to stir the spirit of adventure within me. I cannot hand over the Tamatabako, but perhaps I'd be willing to let you borrow its power of immortality? I've got no romantic tale for you. I told you, I just want to get that rich person what he's looking for so he can see how important I am to him. That's all there is to it. Huh, important you say? How is that? Because I'm his illegitimate child. Oof! But he simply refuses to admit it. Whatever I do, he won't even acknowledge my existence. I mean, just look at me. I must be a disgrace in his eyes. What? Why? But a woman like me shouldn't be wasting her life away on some backwater island. I was born of noble blood. I wasn't meant to rot in this miserable place. Yet he cast me aside and refuses to even acknowledge my existence. It's humiliating. So, your father's some rich man. Yeah, there's hardly anyone in Isashima who doesn't know the name Yoshiyatsu Yamashina. It's a noble bloodline stretching back centuries, and here I am, stuck in this wretched life. Huh, Yamashina, eh? I've done everything in my power to earn his recognition. I gave it my all to make it in the big city, and for what? Nothing I tried worked out. In the end, I had to come crawling back to this island trying to make ends meet as a Nama diver. But I still kept telling myself that someday, somehow... I see. So you figured that since Yamashina is seeking immortality, you could leverage the box to get what you want at the same time. Yeah, I used to work at this small company. The young CEO of the place is basically Yamashina's protege. I guess he felt sorry for me, so he let it slip that Yamashina was after immortality. Huh, interesting. And was he the one who told you about the curse stone and the Tamatabako as well? Yeah. Since even Yamashina doesn't know about this, he suggested I use it to my advantage and take the credit. He gave me the curse stone and told me to use it wisely. Originally, I had planned on offering something different to Yamashina, but now that I've got a chance for the Tamatabako, that's my best option. Aha, how intriguing. So you wanted to trade the Tamatabako for Yamashina's recognition. That's right, see, I knew we were never going to find a compromise. True, it's a compelling story, but it's missing a certain adventurous allure. That company president you mentioned, how come he knew about the Tamatabako and the curse stone? Just who exactly is he? I was wondering the same thing. We know him. Of course you are. He's an incredible person after all. Mr. Kipei Ikoma is an amazing man. It's thanks to him I got a chance to make my dream come true. Oh! Did you just say Ikoma? Huh? Yeah, it's a small island. I mean, I don't think he is on this island. It's a small world. Kipei Ikoma, you say? From Salaplaning? Ha, you know Mr. Ikoma? Indeed, just met him the other day. In fact, I even got his business card. Ha! You have Mr. Ikoma's business card? Wait, then that business card you took out earlier was his? That's right, you won't see it? No, it's fine, you hold on to that. If you say so. Huh. So having the business card also... Yikes, did we mess up? Pluck as a stary guide his path and with thy merciful hand protect him. Why? You have Mr. Ikoma's business card, the conditions should have been met. So why? Yikes, I thought I was done for. You were. I'm sorry, all I can do is delay the curse. I can't dispel it, it's going to take effect in about 1 minute, so I need to do something before then. Huh? Like what? Get rid of the business card? A curse is dispelled by eliminating its caster. What comes next is up to you. What? Eliminate? Why do I have to keep doing this? Well then, there you go. Ah, damn it, I refuse to die here. Yeah, what's with you? She fell into the water, it's now or never. Okay, I guess. So I just murdered the person? I retrieved the curse stone from the ocean. Are you alright, Avi? Well, I barely made it out alive, but I can't say I feel particularly good about it. So it had to come to this. No turning back now, it seems. This is what happens when you deal with curses. They might turn back on you at any moment. You should be prepared for that. Understood. So what about the curse stone? What's it like? Yeah, about that. A bronze mirror? That's right, a palm-sized bronze hand mirror. Wait, don't tell me the still-type mirror was actually a curse stone all along. Huh. The curse stone's resentful memory doesn't seem to indicate anything like that. So this curse stone had a resentful memory too, eh? What did you learn? Huh. There's so much information, it's hard to make sense of it. Here, take a look for yourself. Don't just toss it like that, it's a curse stone, not a baseball. So you're not gonna look? Of course I am. Let's see. Whoa, so this is the real deal. Oh, a mermaid! There's a mermaid on... Wait, what? Show me! Biography of Tomoshige. Taira no Tomoshige was born as the son of Taira no Kiyomori's younger brother, Yorimori, in the latter half of the Heian period at the height of the Taira clan's power. Although his father Yorimori was the only child born of the official wife of Taira no Tadamori, part of the main lineage of the Taira clan, he maintained a differential attitude towards Kiyomori, a stance that made Tomoshige regard him with contempt and fueled his ambition to one day stand at the head of the Taira clan. He also believed himself to be the rightful heir to no Kamearo, a famous sword that his father had inherited as part of his birthright. Sato, the girl from Kusawa village. At around the same time, Sato was living a simple life in Kusawa village, the place of her birth. One day, she happened to encounter a visiting onmyoji and was offered the chance to work at the Bureau of Onmyo in Kyoto. Sato readily accepted, having always felt out of place in the village due to her faint spirit sense, and left Kusawa to work in the Bureau of Onmyo as a maidservant. At the end of a certain year, Taira no Kiyomori's daughter, Noriko, gave birth to the imperial prince. Although Tomoshige visited the palace with his father to celebrate the birth, he soon grew bored with the proceedings and left, only to encounter Sato, who was attending to odd jobs nearby. Tomoshige was intrigued by Sato, who made no attempts to curry favor with him and whose thoughts he found difficult to read, and he frequently visited her from then on. Not yet having an official wife, it was not uncommon for Tomoshige to spend his time on dalliances with women, with Sato being the latest among them. However, as their interactions continued, he found himself becoming particularly drawn to her. He eventually had a pair of bronze hand mirrors made and gifted one to her, telling her to carry it with her at all times as a sign of their vow to each other. In 1185, the Taira clan was defeated at the Battle of Dan-no-ura, spelling its ruin. Tomoshige, who had fled from place to place as if to desperately avert his eyes from the Taira clan's decline, ultimately did not participate in the decisive battle at Dan-no-ura, and came to know of the Taira clan's downfall while he was lying low in a remote village in Ise with Sato. Although initially terrified of being hunted down by soldiers of the Minamoto clan, Tomoshige regained his senses upon seeing Sato's unbroken composure. Now believing that it lay with him to reserve the Taira clan as one of its sole survivors, he swore an oath to his fallen clan that he would see it rise again one day. With survivors of the Taira clan being hunted down across the country, Tomoshige continued to search for a way to turn the situation to his advantage. In the process, he suddenly remembered a box that his grandfather Tadamori had left the family, a tamatebako, proffered by a fisherman that was said to contain the flesh of a mermaid. Although Tadamori had refused to accept it, a member of the clan had secretly hidden it in a storehouse back in her homeland. It was said that eating mermaid flesh would grant eternal life to whoever ate it. However, legend also had it that the meat was highly poisonous, with even a small bite being fatal. No one had wanted to eat it as a result, and it had ended up forgotten as the years went by. Believing that dying due to poison would hardly be any different from their fate if they were caught and killed, Tomoshige located the tamatebako and pried open the lid. However, all that was inside was a dried sliver of meat, so shriveled as to resemble a splint of wood. Dubious, Tomoshige pushed his misgivings aside and ate the meat, but felt no different than before. Believing that long years had robbed the meat of its power and seeing the tamatebako as his only clue to find a mermaid, he boarded a small boat with Sato and set out to sea. Believing that a mermaid would surely come to reclaim the tamatebako if it was truly linked to them in some way, Tomoshige continued to row the small boat into the sea of Ise. At the time, he was clad from head to toe in the armor of a warrior. and had with him the famed sword Nukemaru, an heirloom he had seized from his father Yorimori, whom he had scorned as a disgrace to their clan. Sato, meanwhile, wore only a light kimono. After they had rowed for a while, a sudden mist descended over the sea around them, obscuring their surroundings. As Tomoshige and Sato looked around fearfully, they heard a small splash. Turning to look, the two gasped as they saw what appeared to be a human hand reach up from the water before grabbing onto the boat's edge. In a rush of water, a being with human features from the waist up and fish-like features from the waist down emerged from the sea. A mermaid. Climbing into the boat, the mermaid screamed for them to give back the box before suddenly lunging at them. Too stunned to think clearly, Tomoshige drew his sword and slashed at the mermaid. What? There was a dull sound of a blade slicing through flesh, and the mermaid let out a piercing cry before diving back into the water and fleeing the area. Still trying to process the sudden turn of events, Tomoshige glanced down and caught sight of a small piece of the mermaid's tail, apparently severed by his previous blow, lying in a pool of blood. He picked it up, only to find that it continued to twitch even as he held it. Finding himself too disgusted to try eating it immediately, he decided to stow it in a tamatebako for the present. Eventually, after some hesitation, he forced Sato to eat it despite her protests. They waited a while, but no change seemed to come over her. Thinking that the amount of mermaid flesh simply hadn't been enough, Tomoshige made to pursue the mermaid, but as he did so, he noticed the mist around them had cleared. As the two looked around, they realized that their small boat was surrounded by ships belonging to a band, hunting down remnants of the Taira clan. Alarmed, they tried to flee, but with their attackers pressing in on them from all sides, were unable to find any means of escape. Amidst the chaos, Sato was struck in the head by an arrow and fell into the sea. Tomoshige, still determined to retaliate, continued to frantically resist with his sword. However, he was vastly outnumbered and, unable to break through his attacker's ranks, was ultimately cut down in a single stroke. On the brink of death, Tomoshige's gaze fell on the crests worn by his pursuers. Consumed by bitter regret at his failure to restore his clan, he directed the full brunt of his resentment towards these symbols as he sank beneath the waves, cursing his enemies and clinging to his vindictive hatred until the very end. So it's not about a mirror, it's about the crest. It's about having a symbol on you. A curse born from the tyrant Tomoshige's feelings of malice and resentment when he was struck down 800 years ago following the fall of the Taira clan. Part of the clan's main lineage, Tomoshige had been seeking mermaid flesh in a bid to attain immortality with the goal of eventually reviving the Taira clan, but was killed before realizing his dream. The curse uses a specific symbol as its target and kills those who carry that symbol within the area specified by the user by cleaving them in two. Its affected range is several hundred meters. Okay, can I see the business card? Again. So this is the curse of the Taira no Tomoshige that grew over 800 long years. Taira no Tomoshige? Never heard of him. He wasn't exactly what you'd call a historically important figure, even within the Heiki. It seems that he sought out the mermaid's power of immortality to restore the Heiki, but his pursuit ended in failure. That resentment, he must have dwelled within Tomoshige's bronze mirror, eventually turning it into a curse stone. Most likely. Oh. Then the symbol on the hand mirror and the business card were the true curse target. Oh, okay. So that's what it was. If only we'd realized it sooner. So I wonder, how was Tsukasa then also cut down? Where did she have the symbol? Because she didn't have the mirror. Right? Well, what's done is done. Don't be too hard on yourself. I wonder if we can go back and just get rid of the business card. Kikuko mentioned she got her curse stone from Ikoma, right? Exactly, to think that slippery snake was sneaky enough to put the curse markers on his own business card. That is honestly big brain. That Ikoma guy is seriously dangerous. That was way too close. Good thing we were cautious, especially since it seems he's after Tamatebako too. Yeah, seems like working without him turned out to be the right call. Although he may grow suspicious if we can't contact Kikuko anymore. Considering he's after the Tamatebako, there's a chance he might still chase after us. We need to keep our guard up. I think it's safe to assume he already knows about Miss Somekawa and the Tamatebako. I do wonder why he told us to go look for the still-tied mirror too. Well, it's not this mirror, and we've got no reason to follow his orders anyway. I'd rather try and find out more about the mermaid as soon as possible. You're right, we didn't learn anything from Kikuko. Looks like we've got no choice but to continue our investigation of the island. Shall we? Could you hold on for a moment? What? Someone's there. Ag! You. Well. Let's check out the burp situation. Nice. So we are missing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we are all over halfway there. Nice, okay. Oh, wait, we can... Oh, we can go back here. And I assume to throw out the business card as well. To not kill Kikuko. But let's for now continue with this story. Yumeko believes the key to dispelling the curse of the raging waves lies in the curse of the Forsaken Fish Curse Stone. She arrives in Kamishima to trace the steps of the two foreigners. Of the Foo foreigners. I see, so you would be Mrs. Shiki, and you say you're a member of the police department currently looking after Cersei. My apologies for all the trouble young Cersei has caused you the other day. She's quite a mischievous little lady, I'm afraid. Oh, not at all. She certainly has some pluck for one so young. Took us quite by surprise, in fact. You'd be Cersei's guardian, then? Oh, no, we're related, to be sure, but she's really more my guide cum bodyguard, if anything. I see. Since when was I your bodyguard as well? I'm afraid that circumstances may dictate that we have to take Cersei back to Tokyo with us, though. Is that so? That would be quite the bother. Personally, I'd rather avoid having to do so as well. There's a case here that needs our urgent attention, you see. So I'd appreciate it if you cooperated without any fuss. I'm still suspicious. Why does she have bruises on her neck? That would depend on what you ask, I'm afraid. Surroundings. We currently stand in front of the torii at the top of the hill. The elevation gives a beautiful view of both the town and the bay. People were starting to gather at the jetty, so we decided to move our conversation here. Okay. Any burpees? No. Do we see her different? What? Oh snap! I actually... Oh, that is actually a good hiding location. So the vision ability really helped with that one. I did not freaking see it like at all. Tangoing turkey. Fancy. Okay, let's talk, I guess. What were you doing down at the jetty just now? Oh, so you didn't see anything that happened before that then? You didn't see us murder a lady? Would it be inconvenient for you if we had? Nonsense. My hands are as clean as my conscience. Not a spot inside, I assure you. Never mind that now. We don't have the time. There are several things we want to ask you. Oh, and what would those be? First, I think we should talk about the incident this morning. Miss Somekawa was discovered washed up on the Futamigaura coast as a corpse, with half her body having been turned into a fish. Well, I'll be. To think she would meet such a fate. I'm truly sorry to hear that. This wouldn't be your doing, would it? We have eyewitness reports that you were seen 2 days ago heading out to sea with Miss Somekawa by boat. Ah, well... We did indeed head out into the bay for a little chat, but turning her into a fish? Not in a million years. What did you discuss with Miss Somekawa then? Why, what else? Mermaids, of course. Mermaids? Indeed, Cersei and I are here in Isashima on a grand adventure to find mermaids. And we just happened to find out that Miss Somekawa was a member of a clan with a strong relation to them. Of course she would catch our interest. I see, so you knew that Miss Somekawa was a descendant of the sole survivor of Taishima. Aha, so you knew that too. I suppose I should expect nothing less of a member of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the mermaids of Taishima as well, would you? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Did you learn what you wanted from Miss Somekawa then? Oh yes, we got quite the whole of lucrative information from her. The knowledge that one of the Taishima mermaids lived hidden in the depths of Ise Bay until a scant few months ago, for one. What? Oh, that caught your interest, did it? I see. She must have been able to go back to Ryugu when the seal broke 3 months ago. So you even know about Ryugu? You seem quite well versed in these matters, Mrs. Shiki. Huh, maybe just a bit. So, now that you know there are no longer any mermaids to be found here, have you given up looking for them? Hardly. There should be one more mermaid out there somewhere. We're here today to see if we can glean some hint as to her whereabouts, in fact. Ah, I see. You currently have the curse stone housing the curse of the Forsaken Fish, don't you? What's that? A curse stone? I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest what you're on about. Ugh, this is far more trouble than it's worth. I'll just ask Sodo to take a look. Okay, use your special ability. Sodo, what do you make of these two? I can sense an ominous spiritual energy lingering around them. It's all but certain that they have curse stones. I see. We don't have time to play games then. It seems like a direct approach will be best here. Wait, you mean both of them have curse stones? Yes, both of them. The girl is managing to camouflage the energy from the one she has, but I managed to catch sight of it for a moment. So we're dealing with two curse stones, are we? Yeah, now that is a pickle, huh? It's no use trying to play innocent. We know you have the cursed stone house in the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. You are persistent, aren't you? Well, my answer hasn't changed. I haven't the faintest idea what you mean. Avi, they already know. Just give up already. What's this? Stabbed in the back, and by my own kin, no less. How could you? Its spiritual energy is too powerful to hide. I can tell that man over there has already noticed it. Thank you for the help. You saved us quite a bit of trouble just now. Does that mean you let us go? I'm afraid we won't be able to just yet, no. After all, you have a curse stone as well, don't you? Yeah, I do. We ran into someone who was trying to use it earlier, so I took it off them. Is that so? Honestly, I'd rather you took it off my hands if possible. You don't seem to be planning to do any harm with it. I suppose we can leave that topic for later. So, why are you letting Avi here walk around with the curse of the Forsaken Fish? Let him live out his dreams, I suppose? I'm afraid that makes for a poor reason. Alright, I admit it was all me. I didn't want to give it up, so I asked Cersei if I could hold on to it. I just couldn't let it go, not after learning it had such a close link to mermaids. I see. So that is the curse stone for the curse of the Forsaken Fish? How did you come into possession of that curse stone? Well, that would be a bit of a long story. It all started when I found a mermaid mummy left by my great-grandmother in the old family storage back in the States. That mermaid mummy ended up containing a map, one with a riddle to be solved no less. That riddle led us to a mysterious box on the seabed. And once we'd solved the puzzle sealing the box shut, we found this curse stone nestled within. Oh, a mermaid mummy, you say? It seems that the keepsake passed down by your ancestor was indeed a curse stone then. Huh? By the by, I thought I heard you say something about the Onmyoji who sealed away this curse stone just now. Am I correct in thinking that they were the ancestor of this young man here? That's right, he was an Onmyoji by the name of Harukage Tsuchimikado. It said that he hid a clue to the lifting of a certain curse within a mermaid mummy, hence our search for the object in question. I see, and that mermaid mummy ended up crossing the Pacific, passing from hand to hand until it reached my great-grandmother. It's quite a miracle that this curse stone is here with us today. Almost romantic, don't you think? I suppose you could say that, yes. There's no doubt that Miss Somekawa was transfigured into a fish by the curse of the Forsaken Fish, and it's looking extremely likely that you have the curse stone that would make that possible. No more excuses. Tell us what really happened. Ugh. Alright, you've got me. I'll talk, though don't blame me if the tale ends up being too incredible for your ears. I see. It would seem Miss Somekawa had quite the twisted obsession with mermaids. And you sought to grant her wish by using the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Is that right? Correct. I know exactly how it feels, you see. The burning desire to see your dreams realized. And the overwhelming despair upon learning that they can never be. The desperate hope to see even the slightest part of your wish fulfilled at the end. Perhaps that's why I couldn't ignore her wish, the wish to meet her end at the hands of a mermaid's curse. Hearing Miss Somekawa's fervent plea and seeing her cast herself into the water like that, I knew this was the ending she wanted for her tale, and so I decided to grant it, an elegy for a woman bound by her lineage and consumed by her obsession. I see, I understand where you're coming from, and I can't say I don't sympathize with your feelings on the matter. The fact that she entered the water of her own accord must also be taken into account. I imagine it would have been made rescuing her quite difficult. Oh, then you're willing to give me a pass, are you? I'm afraid that isn't my decision to make. Ugh. Once we finish our business on Kameshima, I imagine you'll have to come along with us to the office back in Tokyo. I'll do my best to see if some sort of arrangement can be reached, though. Oh, how kind of you. Good thing I thought to ask. Thank you for telling us what happened with Miss Somekawa. As of now, I don't see any reason to doubt your version of events. My thanks. I'll leave the negotiating up to you then. By the way, did you happen to glimpse the resentful memories contained within that curse stone? I did indeed. A veritable deluge of information, and 400-year-old information at that. Was the way to lift the curse of the raging waves included in that information? It certainly was. That's it, that's what we've been looking for. I see, so you're searching for the way to lift some curse or other, hey? That's the long and short of it. Will you let us have that curse stone of yours? It's too dangerous to leave unaddressed as it is, so we can't leave it with you either way. Huh, but that just feels so unfair, you know? I was the one who found the map and solved the riddle. Why, the curse stone would still be at the bottom of the sea if it wasn't for me. Ugh. And it's hardly been cheap running back and forth like this. I don't know if I could just give you something so important for nothing in return. Look and take advantage of the situation, are we? Yikes. Huh, judge me all you want. I'm at the end of my rope here too, you know? So what is it you're after then? Money? Well, first of all, I'd like you to turn a blind eye to the fact I used the curse stone. And I'd like you to spill the beans on any knowledge you have on mermaids as well. Turning a blind eye might be a bit much, I'm afraid. All I can promise there is an attempt to reach some sort of deal. In any case, we don't have time to mess around. I really would appreciate it if you cooperated without any further fuss. If you don't, we may end up having to get a bit rough. Intimidation is it? But if you think your boorish threats scare me, think again. My trusty bodyguard here will... Sorry, but no, I don't feel well, and we're at a disadvantage here anyway. Gah! Over before it even began. A wise decision, young lady. So that's your game, is it? Abusing your authority to seize the property of a defenseless, powerless civilian? State violence. State violence, I say. Ugh. You do have a curse stone, though. I doubt anyone would object to use of force against an opponent carrying a lethal weapon. What? Seriously? This is really the end of the line, then? Well, if it's really just information on mermaids you want, I'm not opposed to telling you that much. Only within the bounds of what I know, though. Would that be acceptable? What? You mean it? Really? Huzzah! Now that's an offer I can't refuse. Consider this deal done and dusted. Ma'am? It's best if we can get things settled without a fuss. Besides, I don't think it should be a problem now. So, what is it you want to know about mermaids, then? Though I'd wager you're after the secret of immortality. Immortality? Oh no, all I want is to meet a real live mermaid. This not but dreams and adventure that drive me. Really? That's it? Well, even if you had been after immortality, I doubt it would have been possible. What? You mean the legends about mermaids being able to grant immortality are false? They're not. I've encountered my fair share of people who have become immortal that way after all. There's even a word for these individuals. They're known as 800-year immortals. 800-year immortals, eh? So they do exist. Incredible. What became of the third Taishima mermaid then, the one known as Nagame? She hasn't returned to Ryugu, has she? She hasn't. Soba is the only mermaid who returned to Ryugu in the end. Aha, so she's still out there somewhere, roaming the mortal world as we speak. Huh, you could say that. But you could also say that she's no longer here. What do you mean? Don't tell me she died. Well, that also wouldn't be entirely accurate. Oh. Huh? What is it, Cersei? I think I've got it. Figured it out, have you? What? Really? What do you mean? Think back on what we heard before. Before? Well, there's not much point in dragging it out, so I'll go ahead and tell you. The mermaid known as Nagame. Nagame gave up her existence as a mermaid long ago. She no longer lives as a mermaid, but as a human. Now that you mention it, that does sound familiar. You mean to tell me that story was true? Oh, you'd heard of these events before? I suppose Miss Someka must have heard about it from Soba. But could a mermaid really have become human? Mermaids are originally from another world, right? Normally it would be unthinkable, yes. But it seems a certain talented psychic managed to make the impossible happen. At no small cost to himself, I might add. Wow, that's amazing. I can't say I understand why she would do such a thing though. Why not remain a mermaid? It seems like a bit of a waste to me. Well, Nagame was a bit different from the other two mermaids, you see. They were serious and dutiful, but Nagame was strongly drawn to the mortal world and to the humans who live in it. I suppose you could say that she was the opposite of Miss Somekawa in a way. You don't say. More than anything. It seems she was particularly drawn to the idea of becoming human, finding the person of her dreams and marrying them, of getting to be their bride. That's a pretty cute dream to have. I guess not all mermaids are the same, huh? Indeed, to think that mermaids could harbor the same hopes and dreams as humans do. I must say she sounds quite relatable. Perhaps. I imagine she was viewed as quite the odd soul among her own kind, though. Then, a few decades ago, Nagame happened to meet a certain psychic. The two soon fell in love. And Nagame, who wanted more than anything else to become that man's wife, asked him if there was any way she could become human. The psychic searched far and wide for a way to grant her wish, and after decades of toil, he found a secret art that would allow her to do so. Oh, such unconditional love, such ardent devotion. A mermaid who wished to become human to be with the love of her life. Why, it's like the tale of the Little Mermaid reborn in the modern era. Truly a story to grip the heart. How could I not root for them with everything I have? Are you sure? That would mean we don't have a mermaid to look for anymore, you know? No matter, if it was for the sake of such inspiring passion, then I care not a whit. So, Nagame became human in the end, yes? And the two of them lived happily ever after? I refuse to accept any other conclusion. Well, that's more or less what happened, so I can say with certainty that Nagame the mermaid no longer exists. I see, so she's still alive out there, as a human. What a beautiful tale. Why, I wish I could meet her solely to offer my most heartfelt congratulations. No, I think wedding gifts are in order. Avi seems to be enjoying himself, but this means there's no chance of us meeting a mermaid anymore, right? Ah, now that you mention it, that is a problem. I thought so. Ahem, a question, Mrs. Shiki. I don't suppose there would be a way for us to go to Ryugu and meet a mermaid there, would there? I'm afraid not. It's impossible for a flesh and blood human to cross over to the eternal world. Indeed, you'd have to be dead to have any chance of getting there. Yuza could go. Ah, just as I feared, there's little point in getting there without a life to savor it. Although, does that mean there's a chance that Miss Somekawa was able to make it to Ryugu in the end? That I don't know. Not everyone ends up in Ryugu after death, after all. I see. I suppose we'll just have to hope that she was able to meet the mermaids she so admired in the afterlife. That would be all I can tell you there. Are you willing to give us your curse stone now? Huh. Well, knowing that we have no chance of meeting a mermaid now has thoroughly dashed all my hopes and dreams. But you did share with us a most charming tale of mermaid love and longing, so I suppose I can't complain. Here, the curse stone. Thank you. Sodo, could you take a look at it for me? Very well. I see. If you don't mind, there are a few details I'd like to confirm with you before continuing, Avi. Very well. Go ahead and ask anything you like. I'll even give you the map we used. It originally belonged to you and yours, after all. Thank you. In that case... I see. I think I know how to lift the curse of the raging waves now. Finally, it certainly has been a long road to get here. Tell me. Ma'am, about the curse of the raging waves. Hold on, let's finish dealing with this first. We'll talk about that afterwards. Understood. Oh no, I think we have it in notes, right? That we need the blood of the descendant, we need the mirror, and... something. I'll tell you what you want to know about mermaids. In exchange, you'll hand over a curse stone. Well, we did that one. Still, you certainly are knowledgeable about mermaids. Where on earth did you get all this information from? Well, let's just say I have my sources. Huh. I suppose we can put this down to the vast knowledge of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau as well, eh? Ah, he hasn't realized yet. Huh? What do you mean? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Okay. What's new here? Wait, is all of this new? Yumeko was formerly a mermaid. By the name of Naga... I mean, I was getting suspicious because they were talking about her old memories and she doesn't remember, but okay, this is definitely out there, you know? Huh. So I did not really connect it that much. Unlike her more serious compatriots Hayase and Sobae, Nagame was free-spirited by nature and held a keen interest in both humans and the mortal world. She was even known to break the rules to sneak out and observe human society, something which often put her at odds with the other two mermaids and led to her being viewed as something of a maverick. When the entrance to Ryugu was sealed 400 years ago to suppress the curse of the raging waves, rendering the remaining mermaids unable to return home, Sobae was overcome by grief. However, Nagame was thrilled and seized the opportunity to travel the world at her leisure, which deepened the rift between her and Sobae. For the next 350 years, Nagame bore witness to the lives of countless humans around the globe, from every culture and era, and her yearning for life in human society continued to grow. She was particularly enamored by the concepts of marriage and becoming a bride, finding the idea of pledging one's life to someone and living hand in hand with them from then on enthralling. It was this she found herself longing for above all else. About 50 years ago, Nagame met a certain talented psychic in Japan. Okay, yeah, now I see it, yeah, because her husband is the psychic. The two quickly fell in love, and Nagame, who by that point had begun to earnestly wish that she could give up being a mermaid and live among humans in the mortal world, asked him whether there was any way she could become human. Wanting to fulfill her wish, the psychic began to search for a lost secret art that would allow her to assume human form. The two overcame countless hardships together in their quest for the art, and after decades of searching, they not only found it, but finally succeeded in perfecting it. However, the secret art that would grant Nagame her wish demanded a heavy price. For a mermaid, a being who lacked a mortal form in the material world, to gain a human body, the caster's own body would have to be sacrificed. Using this art would render them unable to live side by side as humans as they had so long to do. The two agonized over their decision, despite their decades-long search. The different worlds in which they lived continued to keep them apart. As a mermaid, Nagame could neither join him on land nor appear before others. The life together they yearned for remained a distant dream. In the end, the two chose to use the secret art so they could be together in the mortal world. Even when Nagame learned that the psychic, Itensei Shiki, only appeared young due to his supernatural abilities, having been born in the Edo period and already over 100 years old by that time, she loved him no less. Thus did Nagame the mermaid become Itensei Shiki's human wife, Yumeko Shiki, a name given to her by Itensei himself. Although the process of gaining a human body meant she lost many of the memories and abilities she had possessed during her time as a mermaid, she retained all the memories and feelings from her time spent with Itensei, which was more than enough for Yumeko. Since then, Yumeko has enjoyed a fulfilling life with her human nature and her relationship with Itensei, bringing her immense joy. Because of this, she is insistent that her primary identity be that of a housewife, to the extent that she always chooses clothing that will allow her to return to tackling housework at a moment's notice. However, the human body she has gained still differs from those of regular humans. Although she appears to age slowly compared to those around her, it is entirely unknown how long her lifespan will end up being. Following her rebirth as a human, Yumeko decided to pay a visit to Sobae in the depths of Isebei to explain her decision and introduce her partner. Abandoning her form as a mermaid to become human was a grave violation of the rules they were bound to, and she expected Sobae to receive the news with utter contempt, if not sever her ties with Yumeko completely. But her expectations were pleasantly subverted. Sobae herself had since forged her own deep bond of love and trust with Mara Minakuchi, one that similarly transcended their respective species, and understood her feelings, thanking her for introducing Itensei to her. However, Sobae never showed herself to Yumeko again after that. After many twists and turns in their quest for happiness, the spirit of Itensei Shiki, who sacrificed his body so that Yumeko could live as a human, has come to dwell in the body of a small dog, and he continues to enjoy retirement and a quiet life at Yumeko's side in his home in Tokyo to this day. Okay, kinda weird. Even before his retirement, and despite his current form, he remained an active force in the industry, having devoted his time to such things as taking Sudo Kiryu as his protege after discovering his potential, assisting with management of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau for all time's sake, and sending Yumeko, who knew of the bureau and the work it did, to help out as one of its members. Okay. I think this is new. While aimlessly drifting from job to job, unable to find something she wanted to do, Kikuko happened to meet Kippei Ikoma, who was the president of one of the companies she ended up working for. It was then that Kippei revealed a surprising secret to her. Kikuko was in fact the legitimate child of a wealthy tycoon, one Yoshiatsu Yamashina, and had been entrusted to a childless couple to raise as their own. Kikuko had always believed herself special in some way, and learning that she was originally of high birth only served to validate that belief, leading to her developing a strong sense of pride. Upon learning of Kikuko's background and taking note of her dissatisfaction with her current lot in life, Kippei opted to try and make her his pawn by skillfully manipulating her sense of self-importance. His endeavors paid off. Tired of what she perceived as a stifling, monotonous life, and driven by both her admiration for Kippei and desire to be recognized by Yoshiatsu, so she could live the life she believed she deserved, Kikuko agreed to return to Kamishima and act as his agent there. Fueled by her ambitions and exhilarated by the sense that she had become the star of one of the spy movies that had been so popular in her childhood, Kikuko's mind was set. She no longer cared if people died or her hometown was destroyed, as long as it meant she could fulfill her goals. Yeah. Okay, well, here we have everything. Let's move on to the topic of Cersei's Curse, shall we? Oh, right, here it is. One of the locals we ran into earlier was planning to use this curse stone to cause a massacre, so we confiscated it. Goodness, that's far more disturbing than I was imagining. It sounds like you were lucky to escape unscathed. Where is this local now? Well, I'm afraid she managed to slip away after we took her curse stone. I imagine she's fled the island by this point. I see. I suppose she won't be able to get up to any mischief about the curse stone at least. So, who was this would-be mass murderer and what exactly was she planning to do? She said her name was Kikuko Tsutsui. She didn't have any spirit sense to speak of though. She tried to use her curse stone to get Abby to tell her what he knew about mermaids, but we managed to fend her off and take it from her. That's right, she had hand mirrors and business cards marked with the symbol that serves as the target for the curse, and handed them out around the island in advance for whenever she needed to activate it. A premeditated crime, in other words, and quite a thorough one too. And that was quite a dangerous position you were in. I'll say, if we hadn't caught on to her intentions, I've no doubt we'd be sleeping with the fishes by now. Such is the nature of dealing with curses, I'm afraid. You never know when you might end up a target. No need to tell me twice, I've had quite enough of curses by this point. A prudent attitude, a curse's corruption starts from the heart. Indeed, I'll be sure to remember that. Did you learn what this Kikuko was after in the end? To be honest, I wasn't all that sure myself. Apparently she was looking to get her hands on a mermaid to impress some tycoon called Yamashina. It seems he's looking for a way to become immortal. What? A tycoon called Yamashina who wants to become immortal? It couldn't be. Oh, you know him? Did she mention where she got the curse stone from? Could Yamashina have given it to her? Actually, it seems like that was someone else. As Kikuko would tell it, she's Yamashina's legitimate child, but he refused to acknowledge her. While she was pondering ways to gain his approval, this young CEO, his apprentice, swooped in. He offered her a sympathetic ear and a curse stone to use to accomplish her goal. I think that was the long and short of it. Something like that, yeah? What? So there's someone else involved? It turns out we knew the CEO she was talking about too. We were pretty shocked. So the CEO was the original owner of the curse stone, was he? What is his name? He's a young man named Ikipei Ikoma, although I dare say young isn't the first word that would come to mind when I'm looking at him. What? Ikipei Ikoma, it can't be. Oh yeah, cause they found his remains. Huh? You know him too? No, perhaps they simply share name? The Ikipei Ikoma we know should have died 6 years ago. Ha, died? What do you mean? Would you mind taking a look at this, Avi? Huh, a portrait sketch. And who might this be? The Ikipei Ikoma you know wouldn't happen to look like this, would he? Ikipei Ikoma? Oh no, he doesn't look like this at all. Huh. Yep, this isn't him. I see. Huh. Could you give us the curse stone you have, Cersei? Sure, here you go. Sodo, would you mind taking a look at this one too? Of course. Ah, this is... the curse of Tomoshige, and it has the power to cleave its target in two. Ma'am, this is it, the curse from the Toba case. I thought so. What's gotten everyone so excited all of a sudden? Right, I suppose we should explain. The name of the man in the sketch I just showed you is Ikipei Ikoma. He was killed 6 years ago, and his skeletal remains were recently found in Toba. The cause of his death was a curse, one that kills its victims by slicing through them, bone and all. In other words, it's highly likely he was killed by the curse within this curse stone, the curse of Tomoshige. Ha, wait, but wouldn't that mean... You're telling me that this Ikipei Ikoma was killed 6 years ago, by a curse wielded by Ikipei Ikoma? Yes, in other words... No, I think current Ikoma is just like stole his identity, maybe? Although they did say he looks old. The Ikipei Ikoma you know, the company president, is a different man. He used his curse to kill the real one 6 years ago and assumed his identity. What? You're telling me he's in the real Ikoma? I see, so that's how it is. In that case, just who is the man calling himself Ikipei Ikoma now? I can't say, but seems like he's quite a dangerous fellow. Good thing we managed to take his curse stone, I'll say. Yeah, at the very least, he shouldn't have to worry about him using his curse anymore. By the way, I believe you said that this Ikoma is Yoshiatsu Yamashina's apprentice. If that's the case, and Yamashina had someone working for him who had the curse stone, could Yamashina have been pulling the strings from behind the scenes? It's possible. We should get in touch with Detective Ida and see if he can take Yamashina in for questioning. With any luck, he'll be able to detain Ikoma as well. Huh? Is something wrong? We kind of already told Ikoma about the Forsaken Fish curse stone. He did help us out earlier, after all. It only felt fair. I suppose we can assume that that information has reached Yamashina as well then. Oh right, he also asked us to look for a bronze mirror that's used to lift the curse of the raging waves. The still-tide mirror, I think. The still-tide mirror, eh? Just what could he be planning? Either way, it seems we'll have to keep an eye out for any movement on his end. Ah yes, we were hoping you could do us a little favor, Cersei. It seems you don't have a mermaid to be searching for anymore, so perhaps you could use that extra time to help us out? What do you think, Abby? Very well, permission granted. Wow, how kind of you. It's nothing strenuous, I assure you. We just want you to find out Kipei Koma's current whereabouts, that's all. Oh, so just an ordinary chore then. We want to focus on getting the curse of the raging waves lifted as soon as possible, you see. It would be a huge help if you could pin him down in the meantime. He's definitely up to something. And most importantly, you know what he looks like. We'll ask a detective from the Mie police to look into things there too, but one can never be too cautious. Both his true identity and goal remain unclear. Be very careful when dealing with him. I guess that means we'll have to go back to the mainland for now. We do have some time left before the last ferry is set to sail, I suppose. Okay then, I do want to find out what's going on too, so we'll see what we can do there. It seems you'll be helping me out with your work then, in that case. Please do consider putting in a word on my behalf. Alright, I'll see what I can do. We appreciate the help. If you learn anything of note, leave a message at the station, alright? Got it. I suppose we should see about lifting the curse of the raging waves then. Let's get in touch with Detective Ide first. We can find Wakamura after that and see if we can get him to cooperate. Understood, let's be on our way then. From Unkakudono to the curse of the raging waves, Sato and Tsukasa run around the island searching for answers to the mountain of problems before them. Yeah. Let's think back to what has happened. After calming down Tsukasa, who had the wrong idea after seeing me with Shotaro by the beach, I explained at the Kantekisho ruins that I was immortal and that Mr. Wakamura was planning to hand me over to someone called Unkakudono. The two of us searched for a way to stop the curse of the raging waves. We also stopped by the Wakamura home to apologize to Shotaro, but no one was there. After that, we met with Tsuyo and I learned about who Maru Minakuchi truly was, as well as how the curse of the raging waves had been kept at bay by the bronze mirror she left behind. We also ran into Azami. He looked desperate, saying the Kameshimaru hand mirror that Kyuko had given me was dangerous and he was going around collecting them. Okay. Tsukasa and I handed ours over to him too. Then, after that... Can't find Mr. Wakamura anywhere. We need to tell him about the bronze mirror as soon as possible. Yeah. Oh! It's those two. Oh yeah, they're the ones who are looking for the old man's place. Excuse me? Oh, if it isn't Sato, good timing. I've got something to discuss if you don't mind. Oh, alright. I actually have something to ask myself. Huh, since when did you get to know each other? Oh, right, we actually talked a bit after the last time we met. Those two are from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. They're here to lift the curse of the raging waves. Wait, seriously? Since when does the police deal in curses? We're a special unit dedicated to things like this. I hope we can be of help. Surroundings. You end up passing through this intersection no matter where you go on the island. A narrow path with a gentle breeze. It makes for a nice peaceful afternoon. Oh! Wait, keychain? Ah! Sato, something wrong? Oh no, it's just that there's a Kameshimaru keychain lying on the ground here. Ah, you're right. We'll just check the poor thing out here. Yeah, almost missed it. I'll rescue it. How many of these do we have now? Well. There's an old well here. These days most houses have running water, so it isn't used anymore. In the story that Tsuyu told us earlier, the bronze mirror was apparently found at the bottom of this very well. Oh. I can't even imagine how Mari managed to find it here. That's some real tenacity. Yeah. That's the town clock, which is sort of the symbol of the street. Standing quietly at the town center, its gentle ticking marks the years as it watches over people's lives. Okay, I don't think there is a birdie here. I don't see anything. Mind if I start from my side then? Oh, not at all. The good news is we figure out how to lift the curse of the raging waves. Really, you have? Whoa, seriously? That's huge. The bad news is that we need a few things to do it. We're in the middle of tracking them down. If that's the case, let us help you. Yeah, what do we need? Well, the first is called the Still-Tide Mirror. A mirror used to hold back the curse of the raging waves. I know it! We know where that is. At least, I think we do. You do? We just heard about it from Tsuyu Minakuchi. I see. 5 years ago, Mara Minakuchi tried to break the curse of that mirror, but failed. That explains why people blamed her for the Southern Sea disaster. If that mirror from back then is still here, then it is very likely to be the Still-Tide Mirror. Yes, that was what I want to talk to you about too. I see, thank you. Sounds like the pieces are coming together. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. But there's still one more piece we need, a descendant of the Taishima people. Which likely means Mara Minakuchi's son, Yuza Minakuchi, will be our best candidate. Yeah, that should work. Do you know where he is now? Not sure, we've been looking too since we wanted to pass along what Tsuyu told us. Alright, we'll go search for him. Really, that would be a huge help. We'll go and secure the mirror. Time is tight. If we split up, we'll need a point of contact in case we can't find each other. Could one of you stay in one place and handle communications between us? Good plan. Could one of you take that on? A point of contact? It'd be best if it was... Okay. I'll go look for Yuza. Tsukasa, do you mind being the point of contact? Me? Sure, no problem. Let's see then. I'll wait by the community hall on Chua Street. There's also a phone there we could use. Okay, we'll make contact there if anything happens. Thank you, that will be a big help. Alright then, we'll retrieve the bronze mirror first, then track down Yuza Minakuchi and work on the lifting the curse. Okay then, Sato, good luck. If you find Yuza, please tell him everything that Tsuyu told us. I will. Leave it to me. Oh! Oh! Okay, let's go with this one, it's earlier. Sato entrusts Tsukasa with being the point of contact while she goes to search for Yuza Minakuchi. Yeah, let's continue with that one. After that... Okay, another summary. I met with Yuza and told him what I'd heard from Tsuyu and Mrs. Shiki, that we needed him to come to the community hall to lift the curse of the raging waves. But after that, I headed somewhere else, this time for my own purposes. Okay... Hello, is anyone home? Who am I kidding? I know no one is here. Oh, okay. Stuff. All sorts of things are scattered on the floor here. Even with this much storage, people still leave things lying about. Guess some things never change. Oh, okay, I thought it was like thrown out and someone was here robbing the place. I visited this room so many times while helping look after Tsuyu. The owner's away, but people on this island don't usually lock up all that tightly. I'd also been asked to come while they were out to help with chores, so by now I know the place well. This chest of drawers is mostly just Tsuyu's clothes. I've helped put away the laundry, so I have a rough idea what goes where, but... There's still her personal things, so I shouldn't open it while she isn't here. Yeah... Household shrine? A household shrine for the sea god. Almost every home around here has one. Before heading out to sea, everyone always stops to pray here first. Once they come back safe, they pay respects again to give thanks. Okay, wait, but first... Do we have... Oh, yeah, we do. A little Barbie sticker. Hello. Oh, what's this? It's a Tutintiel. Cute. This is the Minakuchi family's altar. There are memorial tablets for Tsuyu's husband, her son Tosuke, and her daughter-in-law Mari here. That's a lot of people to have to mourn. I'm sure she never expected they'd all go before her. Yeah, must have been hard to deal with. It's an altar shelf. Buddhist objects and keepsakes are neatly arranged on it. It also has something Tsuyo once showed me. Here it is. Oh, there's something about it, but I can't put my finger on what. It really is just as beautiful as ever. I shouldn't just take it, so let me put it back on the shelf where it belongs. Okay. A calendar handed out by the local association. There's one at the Wakamura's place too. This one's still showing last month though. There's a circle around the day that marks the day Yuza came home. She must have really been looking forward to it. Aww. A built-in cupboard fitted snug against the wall. You can tell it's been here a long time. These kinds of cupboards help the room feel less cramped. I was so impressed the first time I saw one. Modern design sure is smart. The inside though is a bit messy. Tsuyu tends to toss anything in here to get it out of the way. If it works, it works. It's a table. Thank you. One of those really low tables that's perfect for flipping over. I know because I see it on TV all the time. But with nothing on it, there's not much point in flipping it over, is there? Oh, Sato, you're so quirky. A sliding glass door that leads out to an outdoor spot to dry laundry. Doesn't get much sun though. Okay, I see we can move. Maybe we should come back here after. A light with a wooden frame. Looks like this design evolved from those old lamps with paper shades. I'm glad this older look still turns up here and there. I think we should go first to the lighthouse. Oh, there they are. Think. Surroundings. There's a small lookout plaza in front of the lighthouse where you can see the sea, probably meant for tourists. Come to think of it, I've never really come here all that much. What is this big slab? Cloud thing? Okay, let's think about what I need to do now. These two have a special box called the Tamatebako. I need to get it from them no matter what. I have to find a way to convince them to hand it over. This is the only chance I'm going to get. I'll share what I know bit by bit to hook their interest and negotiate from there. Really not sure I can pull this off, but I have to try. Okay. Excuse me. You rang? Stop saying that. Ah, yes, could I speak with you for a moment? I know. Permission granted. Oh. Oh, thank you. Don't mind him, he always gets a little carried away. Right. Okay. So you're Avi and Offer, and Cersei here is your guide. Indeed, great to meet you, Sato. I've actually heard talk about you around the island. Oh, really? It would seem you've become quite famous in these parts. I'd say we're more on the infamous side, but sure. I heard you were searching for a mermaid, is that true? Oh, tell me, young lady, do you perchance know of a mermaid? Because if so, you must tell. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know anything about any specific mermaid. Oh, please don't look so disappointed, I feel bad now. You see, I'm rather interested in mermaids, so I was hoping I could ask you a little more about them. Now you look both disappointed and annoyed. Did I say something wrong? Well, the last person who asked the same thing nearly cursed us to death. What? Indeed, the people on this island are nothing but trouble. I've had enough of it. You're the same, aren't you? You're just after immortality like everyone else. Damn it. Admit it. What? Admit it. Why did I say damn it? I need to steer the conversation toward the Tamatebaka. What should I say? Yes, I must become immortal. Everything depends on it. If you know anything, I sincerely ask you to tell me. Ha! There it is, your true colors. I knew it. You think I just hand over the Tamatebako I struggle so hard to obtain? Oh, so you really have the Tamatebako? Ha! What's that? I have never heard of this Tamatebako. What? But you just said you wouldn't hand it over to me. No, you are mishearing things, young lady. I have no idea of what you speak. Please, I really need it. Alas, young lady, our research has made one thing clear. Trying to meet a mermaid in this place is futile. You see, that's why I decided to give up on the Isabei mermaids, take in the sights of Kameshima, and head home. There are mermaid legends scattered all across the world. We have all the time in the world to begin the search on you. Oh, so it really is that hopeless. Plus, we can't linger on this island much longer anyway. Cersei's condition and duties are also starting to be an issue, you see, so we must be taking our leave here. Hold on. Well, they left. Damn, that was no good. Yeah, damn it. Should I try again? I should. Ended with Avi in possession of the Tamatabako. Okay. Deny? No, not at all. You've got it all wrong. Then why are you after a mermaid? Well... I want to thank one? You see, I want to find a mermaid because I need to thank them. Oh, fascinating. Don't tell me you were once saved by one in the past. No, not quite. No, what do you need to thank one for? God damn it. Sorry, I made that up. I just want to find and meet one, that's all. Oh, so that's your only reason. So, do mermaids really exist? Huh, as it happens, 400 years ago there was an island near here called Taishima. There are legends that tell of 3 mermaids who lived there, Hayase, Soba and Nagame. Oh, so there were 3! But sadly, even after all our painstaking research, we've confirmed that meeting any of the 3 is now hopeless. What? No way! So my advice on meeting mermaids is this, and this alone. It's time to give up. Unless you happen to know things we don't, of course. Oh, I see. You see, that's why we decided to give up on the Isebe mermaids taking the site, okay? Plus we can't linger on this island much longer anyway. Search conditions, okay. Wait, God damn it. Okay, gonna try that again. Okay, let's admit again. No, I think that comes back to the same point, no? Look at the fire in those eyes, looks like there's more to this. Very well, tell me your tale. If it rouses my spirit as an offer, then I might just be persuaded to hand the box over. Oh! Really? Alright, let me explain. Oh my god, so many choices. And we're told to keep it secret, but... I'll tell the truth, whatever. I'll tell you, but... You have to promise that you won't tell anyone else about this. Of course, I swear it. My lips are sealed tighter than a well-corked bottle. Is that supposed to be reassuring? Don't worry, we won't go breaking any promises. Alright then, where do I even start? The truth is, I'm what is known as an 800-year immortal. I'm already immortal. Huh? What? It's all that true? Is all that true? Wait, are you trying to say that you are that Osato from Kusawa? The real one? Yes, that's probably me. Whoa, so that's why you're doing all this? Wait, no way, are you being serious? Yes, completely serious, which is why I need that Tamatebako no matter what. You realize what you're saying is crazy, right? Anyone else would be dead against it. Please, all I need is that Tamatebako. Avi, what do you think? Are you sure you're alright with this? I can hardly call it sane. Yes, this is what I want more than anything. Very well, in that case. Amazing, such stunning spirit. I'll be happy to support that resolve, even if I stand alone. This must be the reason I found the Tamatebako in the first place. Here, take it. Oh, thank you so much. Hell yes. Now that we know the situation, it only makes sense for you to have it. You should have just said so sooner. That said, I would also like to know how things turn out, so be sure to let us know, okay? Of course, I won't forget this kindness as long as I live. Which is 2 days? Think nothing of it. But that does mean that I should apologize to you, Cersei, after all that trouble we went through to get it. Well, you seem enthused enough by this turn of events. If you're happy with your choice, I don't mind. Also, I'm sure you already know, you'll still need mermaid flesh. I know, I'll figure something out. Oh, so you do have a lead on a mermaid. I'm intrigued, but I leave it at that for now. One more thing, carrying the Tamatebako may draw some unsavory types. Be careful. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Well, we're heading back to the mainland to look for them anyway. Ah yes, after sightseeing on Kameshima, we were supposed to return post-haste. I see. Well, thank you, and good luck. Okay, let's go back to the residence then. Oh, we can put the scale thingy inside, right? Yeah. I shouldn't just take it. What? Okay, I'm here. Yes. Hmm. Take it. God damn it. What do you need from me? What if we keep it secret? Sorry, but that's the one thing I can't tell you. That's a pity, that was your last chance. In that case, let's forget the whole thing. Sorry, I can't help you. Damn. At any rate, our research has shown us that finding a mermaid here is hopeless anyhow. Okay, yeah. That we know. Huh. Damn it. Okay. Hmm. What if we... Current state Kiko has been killed. What if we don't kill Kikuko? So let's throw away the mirror. And the business card. I can't say why, but I've got a bad feeling about the business card. I'll just sneakily toss it. Alright, I don't think anyone noticed. What kind of curse do you possess? Don't know? Don't care? Oh, come on. Not even a hint? We, on the other hand, have laid pretty much all of our cards on the table already. Huh? What are you talking about? Who would do such a reckless thing? Alright, look, seems like you're just as dead set on Tamatebako as I am. Why don't you tell us your motivation? Okay, and she tells the story. Okay, I skipped too much. Yeah, we're talking about Ikoma. In fact, I even got his business card. You have Mr. Ikoma's business card? Oh, never mind, my bad. I must have left that in, yeah, because he threw it out. She's angry because she can't believe this. Okay, and now we figured out that the symbol is the condition. Sitting on the hair in the mirror all along. Oh, do I need to? Yeah, symbol. See that symbol over there? I just couldn't shake the feeling I'd seen it before. And sure enough, Ikoma's business card had the same symbol on it. Oh, you're right. This mirror is suspicious, and the business card with the same symbol as a suspicious hand mirror is equally suspicious. Simple as that. That's too many suspicions. So that's why you threw the card away earlier. Oh, we noticed. Either way, seeing Iko's reaction to hearing we had one of his business cards told me everything I need to know. Okay, so now she can't attack us. Enough with the whispering already. Hehehe, the jig is up, young lady. The condition for your curse is the mysterious symbol inscribed on both the hand mirror and the business card. You see, we have nothing more to fear. Cersei, your turn. Apologies, I'm going to have to be a bit rough. You may experience after effects. Uh-huh. And so... we managed to apprehend Kyukotsui, okay? Apparently Cersei's binding spell weakens those untrained in the spiritual arts and causes them to fall into a dazed, almost intoxicated state. Before losing consciousness, Kyuko quietly surrendered and handed over the curse stone. Unfortunately, it appears she really knew nothing more about mermaids after all. She didn't have any idea how Ikoma came into possession of a curse stone either. To ensure she couldn't interfere any further, we restrained her at her home and made sure she would remain asleep for the time being. Okay. So she's out of the picture right now. Much later that very night, we learned that Kikuko had planned to massacre the island's residents using the hand mirrors she distributed. By sheer coincidence, our actions had also prevented the mass slaughter. Okay. So, what about the curse stone? Okay, and we've had this talk. Yes, and we meet them. Oh, do I have to? Oh, okay, I don't have to go through the whole conversation again. Okay, but I guess we can still go back. Oh, God damn it. Current state, Kikuko has been subdued. Okay. I guess for now only ways forward with this. After taking steps to distract Kikuko from her plot to unleash a curse that will cause a mass murder on Kamishima, Yuza asks Sasami to retrieve the hand mirrors Kikuko distributed across the island. Shortly after, Yuza is summoned for an audience with Yume Koshiki. Ah, there you are. You're Yuza Minakuchi, correct? That's me. I was told to come here, so here I am. Huh? Were you sent here too, Azami? Who? Me? Nah, I was just passing by when I heard about what was going on, so I decided to wait here for you. Thanks, Azami. So, as I understand it, you're the two brave police officers who were sent out here from Tokyo. To deal with the curse of the raging waves? Brave? I wouldn't go that far. My name is Yume Koshiki and this is Sodo Kiryu. Pleased to meet you. Am I mistaken, or did the two of you visit Kamishima yesterday as well? It almost seemed as if you ran away at the sight of me. Did I do something to scare you off? Dear me, you noticed us, did you? My apologies. I will explain everything shortly. Ah, but before I forget, that fellow over there has business with you as well, Yuza. Huh? Mr. Wakamura? Oh no. He was fairly suspicious of us at first, but it seems you have finally earned his trust. He has kindly agreed to assist us in putting an end to the curse of the raging waves. Wait, really? Really? But tell me, is it true you're already familiar with this curse? That's what your friend here told us. Yeah, more or less. Good, then it seems you're all up to speed. Community hall. This building is where the neighborhood association meetings are held. Tsukasa must have made the most of her family ties to gain free access to it as a relay station. Apparently, Tsukasa's still inside, waiting to handle the communications. Lucky. I bet it's nice and cool in there with the air conditioner on. Okay, any bird stickers? Okay, I don't see any. The rays on satellite beaming down amidst the stifling humidity are accompanied by a chorus of cicadas that somehow intensifies the heat. Gee, so poetic. Okay, I guess nothing more. To be frank, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you as soon as possible. But I understand you must have questions, so we'll come back to that later. For now, ask me whatever you'd like. Okay. Sounds like we weren't the only ones looking into the curse of the raging waves. Above all, hearing what Gran revealed came as a huge shock, especially to me. To think Mom was a descendant of the survivor of Taishima and that 5 years ago she tried to break the curse but failed. I guess I finally understand why Gran just sat back and took all the abuse the other islanders leveled at us. I have nothing further to add. I imagine this isn't easy for you, but I appreciate the cooperation. Right. Should we talk to him first? So, we found out about the curse of the raging waves then, eh boy? Yeah, to an extent anyway. I always figured your mother was behind it and that she was descended from the raiders, but... Wait, really? That's why you blame my mom for the disaster? Well, you had it all wrong. Turns out she's descendant of the Taishima Islanders, the victims. Seems you know more than you're letting on. Oh no, that's just what Gran said. So you knew about this too, eh? Suppose I should have known. But see here, your mother tried to end the curse 5 years ago and failed, didn't she? If that's what brought on the disaster, I wasn't so far off after all, was it? Was I? Can't freaking read. But be that as it may, I still owe you an apology for penning the curse on your mother all this time. Especially seeing as she was the one who found the bronze mirror and held the curse back for us. For what it's worth. I'm sorry. That's nice to hear. Yeah, doesn't really mean much. Good on you, Mr. Wakamura, at least you can admit when you've made a mistake. Huh, when your own instructor comes along and tells you to change your views, what choice do you have? Instructor? Are you talking about that sorcerer friend of yours? That's right, we discovered the sorcerer's identity. From there it wasn't too difficult to reach an understanding. That's how we entered this fellow's cooperation as well. Seems I misjudged you. If my instructor says you're the real deal, then I reckon you must be. Ah. To be frank, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you as soon as possible. Wait, so... Just to be sure now. You do have a way to end this curse of the raging waves, yes? I can trust you on that? Yes, there are still a few points we need to confirm, but it is guaranteed to work. If that's true, then I suppose I won't be needing Unkakudono's help anymore. Unkakudono? You mean to say that Yamashina has known of a way to break the curse all along? Well, you know about Unkakudono too, eh? As a matter of fact, just yesterday he told me out of the blue he'd found a way to end it. Said he'd tell me what it was on the condition I brought him Satoshi Ranami. Information he got from Ikoma, I have no doubt, and he asked for the girl. I see. And you were prepared to hand her over? Isn't she a relative of yours? So what if I was? That's got nothing to do with you. If you say so. In any case, the information Yamashina had for you must be the same as what we have to share. So there's no longer a need for you to betray your own kin. I'll hold you to that. Dun, dun. All the same, I'm not sure. Is something else troubling you? According to you, when Marumi Nakuchi failed to break the curse, it brought on the disaster 5 years ago, but... Is that really the truth? What are you getting at? Well, if that still-dyed mirror worked as it should, there wouldn't have been no disaster, would there? That only leaves one possibility, don't it? That the Raging Waves curse-bearer was stirring up trouble. By curse-bearer, I assume you mean a descendant of the Raiders of Taishima. Exactly. If someone of that lineage got anywhere near the Southern Sea, the wrath of the Taishima would churn up those waters into a maelstrom. Anyhow, my instructor swears that's the true cause of the disaster 5 years ago, and I'm inclined to agree. So that's your theory, is it? Now I understand why I suspected Marumi Nakuchi's heritage. Though I gather this instructor of yours never actually accused her of being the curse-bearer. True. Never was sure on that point. Said we couldn't be certain again how it'd been 5 years and all. But all things considered, who could blame me for being suspicious of her? No one knew where she came from. For now, the most suspicious person is the... Kipei Ikoma guy? I don't wish to doubt your instructor, but I'm not sure how much water this theory holds. Yet we cannot rule it out entirely, given what we know of the sorcerer's powers. So you're skeptical, eh? Not as if you have a better idea, though, is it? Well, you do have a point. The issue remains. If Maru wasn't the curse-bearer, who else could have been? Well, can't say I figured that out yet, but... Sorry to interrupt, but I have something to say. Yes? Assuming my mom wasn't the Raging Waves curse-bearer, I have a theory. See, I've read over the reports of the incident again and again, and there's something I noticed. Oh? What might that be? Well... Let me take a look. There was one passenger, identity unknown. I think there's another suspect. And that person was on board the Omeimaru. I remember reading that the identity of one of the passengers aboard the Omeimaru was unknown. Couldn't they have been the curse-bearer? Interesting. Well, Mr. Wakamura, what do you know of this mysterious individual? The Omeimaru, that was Yukiji Nishikawa's boat. As I recall, according to the departure declaration, Kipei Ikoma, the Omeimaru had taken someone on board, someone in business on the mainland who had research to do. But as no name was given, no one had a clue who they were. Kipei Ikoma. I know, it's that guy. Oh, I thought the point of this declaration was to keep a record in case of an accident. Sounds to me like someone was careless. Yeah, can't deny that. So this passenger was never identified? No, but mind you, eyewitness reports say that when the Omeimaru set sail that day, the captain was alone on board. So maybe he picked them up from the mainland, or maybe they never boarded to begin with. Who's to say? But do you think it's possible this person could have been the curse-bearer? Could be, if it wasn't Mare. It'd make for a hell of a coincidence, though. Unfortunately, since this Nishikawa fellow isn't around, there's no way to find out. But I think we're onto something. Well, I've already apologized, so I can't say that much concerns me anymore. All I care about now is putting an end to the curse of the Raging Waves. Okay. That reminds me, any luck with those hand mirrors, Azami? No worries there, I got them all back. Every last one? You must be the fastest mirror collector in Japan. Wow. I knew I could count on you. Thanks, Azami. Oh? Are you talking about the mirrors Kikuko Tsutsui was handing out earlier? Ha! How did you know? I realized they were dangerous, so I had Azami collect them all. Really? Does that mean you figure out they were the targets of a curse? Wait, you knew about that? So it was true. What's the deal with these things anyway? Everything is connecting. I see, so these curse stones can be used to kill people instantly. But since Kikuko's curse stone was confiscated, the dangers passed. Phew, what a relief. Yeah, that is taken care of. What I want to know is how you found out that Kikuko intended to use those hand mirrors as the targets of her curse to begin with. About that, I'm not sure you believe me, but... What? You encountered Tomokazuki while you were diving and it showed you a vision? That's the long and short of it. Any idea what it means? Paranormal encounters are your area of expertise after all. I have known instances of phenomena capable of instilling memories. However, your experience does not seem to fit with any of them. I wonder why the thing looked like you. That's the strangest part in my book. Hold up, you don't think this Tomokazuki could be a kind of curse, do you? Is it true that some curses are accompanied by phantoms known as Kurzakos? Yet, as the apparition you encountered warned him of impending danger, it seems unlikely to have been the product of a harmful curse. That being said, I am afraid I cannot begin to guess its true nature. Where shall we begin? About Yuza? But before we go, I have one last question to ask you, Yuza. Oh, and what would that be? Well, how should I put this? It's a delicate subject. Mind if I have a private word? Huh? Okay. So, what did you want to talk about? Just so we're clear, if you're looking to grow pearls, I don't know anything about that. That would require delicate handling, but that's not what I meant. Yuza, when you got caught in that disaster 5 years ago, did you by chance encounter a mermaid? Huh? I don't know what you mean. Mermaid, what are you talking about? Oh, that's strange. Can it be you have yet to realize the truth? Or you're simply feigning ignorance? Well, whatever the case may be, there can be no doubt that you've made contact with a mermaid in the past. What makes you so sure? Well, it's the only possible explanation. Meaning? Come now, Yuza. A mermaid has cursed you with immortality. You're an 800-year immortal. What? What? You can't hide the truth from me. These eyes don't lie. I mean, I guess maybe he didn't know that part. I assumed it occurred during the disaster 5 years ago. You must have nearly died. But then you were revived by a mermaid and made immortal. Surely you must have realized this by now. Yeah. You got me. I'm an immortal boy with an undying body. Why did this happen to you, I wonder? I wish I knew. If you can tell me more about it, would you mind filling me in? I suppose that's only fair. What would you like to know? I was wondering, does me being immortal have anything to do with my mom? I mean, is there any chance she could have been a mermaid? None whatsoever. Aww. Huh, so you're feigning ignorance then, not that it matters. In all likelihood, you received your immortality from the mermaid Soba. You see, Mari Minakuchi was a descendant of the clan that was tasked with escorting Sobao back to Ryugu. That much I'm certain of. Is that why she tried to break the curse of the Raging Waves 5 years ago? I can only assume so. However, as the seal over the entrance to Ryugu had yet to break, things didn't go as planned. Does that mean Sobaya could still be nearby? Maybe she's living in the sea around Kamishima. I'm afraid there's little chance of that. See, when the entrance to Ryugu was unsealed 3 months ago, Sobaya would have been able to return home. Oh, well, I guess that means Mom's duty was fulfilled in the end. That's something, at least. Do you know of any way I could meet this mermaid? You don't give up easily, huh? Are you another mermaid fan? Another fan? Those foreigners who visited the island recently were also very keen on meeting a mermaid. Oh, you mean that offer and his young guide? Sure do. You've spoken with them, I take it. Actually, no, I never met them. But I saw them when I had that vision. Is that so? Well, all I can tell you is the same thing I told them. Meeting a mermaid is no longer possible. Does that mean there's no way to visit Ryugu either? The thing is, Ryugu is pretty close to what's typically referred to as the afterlife. You might say it's the space between our world and the land of the dead. And there's no way to travel there? None at all? Sorry, no, you'll just have to accept that. Earlier you said the mermaid cursed me. What exactly did you mean by that? Just what it sounds like. For 800 years, you'll be incapable of aging or dying. What is that but a curse? Your very existence defies the laws of nature. You can hardly be termed human. You are now an anomalous being, something closer to a spirit. Though for that matter, I'm in no position to talk. Huh? Still, I do feel sorry for you. What possessed her to curse you? A mere child? I should like to know. I always thought that Mermaid saved my life. Was I wrong? Well, that depends on how you look at things. Personally, I wouldn't call what she did saving you at all. At the end of the day, she saddled you with an existence worse than death. Is it that terrible? It's only been 5 years, the people around you probably think you're a late bloomer. But give it another decade or two and your static appearance will start to stand out. And should you ever meet with a would-be fatal accident in public, it's all over for you. If your immortal nature is exposed, you'll be bombarded with public scrutiny at best. At worst, you'll be captured and experimented on. Either way, from that moment on, you'll never be able to lead a normal life in human society again. Humans have always coveted immortality. Countless dream of it even today. But the reality is, only the first few decades of your existence are bound to be enjoyable. It's only going to get harder for you as time goes on. Humans were never meant to live for hundreds of years. A lifespan that long is unendurable. And speaking as a member of law enforcement, the existence of immortal beings must be kept hidden or all sorts of problems can rise. Problems? Like what? Well, it's not easy to keep a lid on things these days, and it doesn't take much to incite a panic or start a war. Just last year there was that ruckus over the right of resurrection, if you'll remember. Suffice to say, whenever I track down an 800-year immortal, I can't just leave them be. What are you saying? Are you going to arrest me? Ordinarily I would. Protocol dictates that I capture any 800-year mortals I find and seal them in an underground vault. That's the fate I was thinking of when I mentioned that being immortal is an existence worse than death. Don't worry, I've got no intention of taking you anywhere just yet. You're a special case, the way I see it. You're essentially the victim here. Not to mention I enjoy breaking the curse of the raging waves. So it seems like we'll have to find a way to compromise. I don't know why, but you're looking for information about mermaids as well, right? Well, for starters, mermaids aren't meant to interfere in the lives of mortals. Even their kind don't approve of that. Really. In fact, generally speaking, creating an 800-year mortal is flat out forbidden. Despite that, Sobao made you immortal. In other words, this mermaid went out of her way to place a curse on you. I guess that settles it. Her intent wasn't to save me after all. Exactly. I was hoping you'd be able to tell me what made her go that far. But turns out you're just as clueless as I am. Yep. Then all we know for sure is that something happened between Sobao and your mother that day. And that led you to being made immortal. Whether that was simply to save your life, or for some other reason, there's unfortunately no way of knowing. There's something else that's been bugging me. Can mermaids create 800-year mortals at will? As in, you don't really have to eat their flesh? Actually you do. You can become immortal without ingesting a bit of mermaid flesh, even if it's a tiny piece. However, it's not as simple as cutting off a slice. Mermaid flesh withers away the moment it's severed and loses all its efficacy. In order for a mermaid to create an immortal of her own volition, she would have to allow a human to bite her directly. How could that happen without the human's consent? I mean, I was barely conscious when I became an undead body. I mean, an 800-year mortal. Like I said, even the tiniest piece, a mere scrap of their tail would do the trick. You could move someone's jaw while they were unconscious and get them to bite. It's not impossible. That's just kinda weird. Oh damn, guess it was a lot more forceful than I was imagining. So all you have to do is bite a living mermaid and you become immortal? Pretty much, though I assume few mermaids would consent to that. So that's how it works. But if the flesh has been severed, ingesting it wouldn't extend your lifespan at all, huh? That's right. Ordinarily, anyway. Ordinarily? You mean there's an exception? If a mermaid's flesh is cut within the confines of Ryugu, it won't wither away. It just grows back. Huh. Well, I've got you here, I guess I might as well ask. Is there no way to reverse immortality? You wouldn't be the first 800-year mortal to seek that possibility. But unfortunately, the answer is no. The moment you become immortal, you lose your mortal form. For good. I see. And is there no way for an 800-year mortal to die other than by waiting for their lifespan to end? No, it is simply impossible. That is what makes it a curse. Not that I want to experiment, but what would happen if, say, I threw my body into a furnace or a vat of acid? The instant it resulted in death, you would begin to reform, starting from the part of you with the largest remaining piece of your heart. Every other part of you would then vanish. Ugh. No matter how beyond repair your body becomes, it will be healed when you resurrect. I see. On the other hand, you won't be healed if your injuries aren't fatal, no matter how badly hurt you are. Huh. For example, taking the furnace scenario mentioned. If your body remained in the furnace after you resurrected, you would burn to death again, then revive again, and so on in an endless cycle. All the while fully conscious. Oh, yikes. Shit, sounds like hell. Yeah. My advice, be very careful not to fall into any bottomless pits. Right, I'll be sure to keep that in mind if I ever go near one. By the way, you mentioned I'd resurrect from the part around my heart. Does that mean that if my head was cut off, only my body would regenerate? Well, yes, that should be the case. But what would happen to my consciousness, my memories, my thoughts? All of that is stored in the brain, isn't it? Ah, that's a tough one. As I mentioned, every part of you except the one that resurrects will vanish. So it seems likely that everything inside your head, including your consciousness, would vanish too. That can happen. Does that mean my regenerated body would have an entirely new consciousness? Oh my god, we're really getting philosophical. Well, it seems 800-year mortals do sometimes have fuzzy memories after they resurrect. But I've never known anyone who tried what you're describing. It's possible your consciousness would be reinstated, carried over just as it was before. Huh. Though it's equally possible that it would be divided or become a new entity. There's no way to know unless you decide to test it out yourself. He kinda did. Divided, huh? Look, I wish I could make this easier on you, but there's nothing I can do. Yeah. Still, so long as you stay put on this island and keep a low profile, I'm prepared to leave you be. You've managed to keep your immortality a secret for 5 years now, after all. Thank you. I swear I'll do everything in my power not to get found out, so please, don't arrest me. But I'm curious, what were you intending to do if you found a way to meet Sobaya? Honestly, at first I just wanted to thank her for saving me, but after what you've told me, that's changed. How so? Well, now I'm more curious to hear about why she decided to make me an Hydrate immortal and about what happened with my mom that day. Can't say I blame you. And I understand where you're coming from, but it just can't be done. Even if I can't meet her, isn't there some way I could learn the truth? Well, you can't ask her directly or communicate with her in any way. But you know, I heard you have no memory of the incident 5 years ago. Is that true? Well, yeah, the doctors reckon it's because of the shock. Even my memories of meeting a mermaid are really hazy. Then isn't it possible Sobaya told you something that day? If so, the memory of what you heard must be buried in the depths of your subconscious. If I can find a way to remember it, but I wouldn't even know how to start, where would I find my memory of a mermaid? I don't know, the only piece of advice I have for you is to think back, delve into your memories and score them from the corner to corner. I think we just need to go dive right into the hole. Think about it, you must have encountered Sobaya before, all you need to do is locate your memory of that time. Alright then, we'd better head back, or your friend will start to wonder what's happened to you. Right, thanks for answering my questions. Welcome back, everything okay, Yuza? Of course, if it wasn't, I'd had to make a dramatic entrance. Glad to see your usual oddball self, guess there's nothing to worry about then. 400 years ago, an Onmyoji sealed the entrance to Ryugu in an attempt to contain the curse of the raging waves, and left behind instructions as to how the curse could be broken after 400 years had elapsed. There are 3 steps that must be followed. Just 3, huh? Yes. That should be the wording, if I remember correctly. Let's consider each of the steps in turn. First, as to the iron box, that refers to the container in which these instructions were kept. It surfaced when the entrance to Ryugu was unsealed. It stands to reason that the seal mentioned in the first step must also have appeared somewhere. What is the seal anyway? It's Onmyoji's own symbol, the same symbol used to seal the entrance to Ryugu. The one we found when diving. This is what it looks like. I expect we'll find the mark identical to the one on this map somewhere on the seafloor. I already found it. The marked location is likely the sanctuary mentioned in the second step. It should be in the vicinity of Kameshima. Oh, actually, something tells me there's a pretty good chance that seal has already been taken care of. Huh? See, I found something like that when I was out diving this morning, and I don't know what came over me, but I just went ahead and yanked the chains off. Yeah, I don't know. You what? Seriously, Yuza? I felt pretty guilty about it at the time, but I'm sure it was the same mark, so that means we've already completed the first step, right? If anything, you could say unbinding that seal was what all my diving training was for. Epic. That's one way of looking at it. In any case, all's well that ends well. Good work, Yuza. Thank you. Thank you very much. Moving right along. The second step centers on the still-tide mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice. That's got to be the mirror Minakuchi found, which we have just retrieved from the shrine in the bay. Okay, so we have that. From what I heard, that mirror is what's been holding the curse in check all these years. That's right, now it must be offered to the sanctuary. The former site of the Taishima sanctuary should lie in that area. Perhaps that is the location we seek. In that case... I reckon the hall where I encountered the Tomokazuki is the most likely spot. After all, it only appeared a few months back. I can't think of anywhere else it could be. That does seem likely. The only problem is, there's no way through. Huh? How's that? Well, there's a powerful current in there. Go in too far and it drag you down to the depths of in an instant. That does not strike me as a natural phenomenon. It is possible the sanctuary lies within. And perhaps one must have the still-tide mirror in hand to pass through safely. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna go diving again. Then it seems the way forward is clear as far as the first two steps are concerned. Concerned? Right, that just leaves the third. The final instruction stipulates that a descendant of the Taishima Islanders must carry out these tasks, meaning you, Yuza. So that's why I was called here, huh? Well, I've already undone the Onmyoji's seal, so... all that's left is to take the still-tide mirror through that hall and offer it to the sanctuary. We're counting on you, Yuza. If you pull this off, the curse of the raging waves should be broken for good. Let's hop to it then. I'll take you out in the boat. Thanks, Azami. Sounds like this is a job for the patron saint of diving. The patron saint? What are you talking about? Don't worry about it. It's a private joke. Well, I dare say that covers everything we need to discuss. It's time the two of you were on your way. That curse won't break itself. Come on, Yuza. The future of Kamishima is riding on you. Right, I'll do everything I can. Minakuchi Yuza, if you end this curse, I'll see to it that the rumors about you go away and that you're hailed as the hero of Kamishima. So, get it done. You hear that, Yuza? This is a chance to clear your name for good. Sounds like a fair deal. You can count on me, Mr. Wakamura. Ready to roll, Yuza? You got that bronze mirror with you? Yep, I've got it right here, ready when you are. Since the seal's already taken care of, all you've got to do is check out that hole you found last time, right? Yeah, and this'll be a piece of cake. It's just there and back. I could do it in my sleep. Nothing wrong with being confident, but don't get cocky. You've still gotta be careful down there. Good luck, Yuza. I'll be waiting right here. Okay then, let's dive. Where was the hole though? Oh, there. Good, looks like that powerful current has receded. I should be able to make it through now. Only one way to find out. Okay. This feels kinda tense. This place feels vaguely familiar. Have I been here before? Maybe I'm just imagining things. There's a tunnel here. Is this the right way? There's an open space here, but it's pitch dark. Could this be the sanctuary? Good thing I brought my flashlight. Let's see. Oh, there. Now I can see. Time to have a good look around. Oh no, this is creepy. Right, behind, left. If I turn around, all I can see is the way I came through. Yes. It's hard to get my bearings, but I think this is to the right. Nothing here but a wall. Okay. This would be to the left of the entrance, I think. Nothing here, though. There's lots of puddles on the floor, I'd better watch my step. Okay, this way should take me further in. That stone archway over there, could that be the entrance to Ryugu? I should take a closer look. Are we going? Proceed? Turn back. Oh my god, why is this so tense? Stone archway. Could be the entrance to Ryugu. But nothing happens when I go near it. I guess humans really can't travel there after all. So all I need to do to break the curse is leave the bronze mirror here, right? Please nothing spook me. Okay. Oh, it's really easy to get turn around, huh? Sure, I felt a presence back there. What was that about? It seemed to vanish whenever I switched on my flashlight. Somewhere here now, right? Wait, I saw it. Can we do it again? Oh, there is something. Maybe I should try making an offering of the mirror? Yes. Okay, here goes nothing. Nothing happened. Did that do it? No way, I must have done something wrong. Well, that clearly didn't work. Maybe I should take another look around or something. Okay. But I can't, like, interact with anything. The second I turned my flashlight off, I started to sense the presence again. I can just figure out what direction this sensation is coming from. Here. Oh my god, I had to catch her face, huh? The hell was that? Wait a minute, is that the mermaid Hayase? Not in the flesh, but a, what's it called? A curse echo, like the imprint of a curse. Oh, what if this mermaid's echo indicates the presence of the curse? If so, now's my chance to offer up the still-tide mirror. Yep. Now, curse of the raging waves, heed my call and trouble us no more. Did that do it? There you are, good work out there. We felt it the moment you pulled it off. The curse of the raging waves is gone for good, and it's all thanks to you. Indeed, a job well done. The cursed aura that once enveloped the island has faded without a trace. Really? Phew. We sure couldn't tell, but turns out it worked. You hear that, Yuza? You did it. Yeah, now I can finally relax. Well, that is certainly one problem taken care of. Now, my assistant and I can focus on another issue that requires our attention. Already? Sounds like we've got a lot on your plate. Naturally, our convenience is of little concern to the paranormal. There you are, I've been looking all over for you. Huh? Oh, hey Tsukasa, what's up? Not to you, I'm talking to Mrs. Shiki. There's a call for you over at the station, ma'am. A call? I suppose this must be a police matter. Understood, I'll head over there right away. You'll have to excuse us, but if there's anything else, feel free to contact me. I will, thanks for everything. So, Spill, what happened with the curse? It's gone, Yuza ended it. Yay, nice one, Yuza. You know, I reckon I've got a knack for this. Maybe I'll go into the curse break-in business. Hit me up if you need any other curses broken. Ha, you never know, that might be your true calling. Maybe it suits you even better than being an ama diver. Come to think of it, we'd better let old man Wakamura know how it all went down. Where'd he get off to anyway? Don't ask me, maybe he went home. Probably. How about it, Yuza? Wanna go see him? Yeah, okay. I suppose we did make that deal. But I can wait till after I've had a chance to change clothes and take a breather. I'm beat. Fair enough, I guess it's not like there's any hurry, huh? In the meantime, I'll go work on the boat. Let's meet up later, yeah? As for me, I'll track down Sato and Suya and fill them in. Later! Several hours later. By the way, Yuza, you haven't given up on finding the mermaid, have you? Any new leads? Sort of. Mrs. Shiki shared some information with me earlier when she pulled me aside. Really? Oh, I guess experts on the supernatural would know about mermaids too, huh? So, what did she say? Did you find out what you have to do to meet one? Actually, it turns out that the mermaid who saved me isn't in this world anymore. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? It means she's gone back to Ryugu, to the world beyond. Apparently, it's a place between this world and the world of the dead. Wait, really? Does that mean mermaids aren't from our world? I guess not. Well, sounds like you've hit a dead end. Nah, we'll figure it out. Hey, Mr. Wakamura, you in? We've come to tell you the good news. Yuza did it. He broke the curse, so you'd better keep up your end of the deal. He's dead, isn't he? Maybe he didn't hear you? Hey, anybody home? I'm coming in. He's dead, isn't he? Huh, the door's already open. That's weird. Mr. Wakamura? What the... Wait, is that the curse stone that we got from Kiko? Mr. Wakamura, don't tell me his... the samurai curse? I don't believe it, that won't... Did the curse cause it? But we ended the curse, didn't we? Yeah, like... Shiki now has the curse stone, no? Well... We're gonna have to find out next time. Got a lot of done, ended, well, one curse. Apparently the other one is still freaking active and going around. I really thought we would be like finishing it off. So this is certainly another change of events. Either way, thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.